Hi everyone, welcome to Ultimate Awesomeness podcast. This is me here, Steven, and my co-host Zach, and we're back. I hope I hope you guys enjoy the show. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna start with the comic book news, and apparently for some reason this week has a lot of comic book news to get through. And
It's been a busy week, man.
yeah, it has been a busy week. And even more news came on Friday, but I'll start doing that next week because that's a little too much for me. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that next week. The news, some of the news that came out today, whatever. Um, so yeah, and we'll start talking about the comic books that we have read for a week after the news. That's pretty much it. So the news that we're gonna talk about today right now is Lex Luthor one shot. Yeah, apparently there's a Lex Luthor one shot called Year of the Villain, which focuses on Lex Luthor, and
Okay.
yeah, it says what is it? Yeah, Apex Lex has made his offer to the villains of the DC universe, but this has a superpowered evil genius guiding what he truly desires. The most deadly predator in the multiverse has set out to answer that question by seeking out his counterparts on the other Earths. Will this meeting of the Luthors be the greatest team up in all of creation or end in a bloodbath? So I don't know I don't know how to feel about this because I've been reading Justice League and I like what's going on there sometimes, but then I really don't like the direction of Lex Luthor in that book.
Yeah.
And they just turn him into a one-dimensional villain. I just don't understand why he ends up killing himself and become this weird evil Lex Luthor, and I don't know what's the whole purpose of it.
It's a little bit underdeveloped.
Yeah, it really is underdeveloped.
Who's writing this run?
Scott Snyder's writing this run with yeah, he's always changing the artist for some reason in the book. So yeah. But the one shot is gonna be written by Jason Latour and Brian Hitch. I'll see how that goes. I don't know. Right, the next news is Life who talks about there's a potential crossover with Image Comics.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're gonna actually do it, but they've been
probably won't be good, but I'm down for it anyway. I want to see it.
It looks like they've been talking about it, but nothing's been confirmed about the crossover. They've just been talking about it. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess they haven't made a decision yet, but they're looking to make. Yeah, so it looks like they can make. I would like to have this crossover. I wouldn't mind having the image. I'm not sure which Image characters are gonna talk about. They talking about to crossover, but I'm assuming it'd probably be Darkness and Witchblade and Spawn or something like that. Crossover with Batman, with DC characters or Justice League. I think that'd be interesting to have that.
It'd be cool. I'd like to see the dynamic between all the different peeps. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it probably won't be good.
Well, because Rob Life. I'm not sure Rob Liefeld was gonna write it, but he was talking to them about it.
Okay. Let's wait and see if it happens.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if it happens. Now there's news about Ultron returning in Iron Man comic books.
Right.
Yeah, I heard there was like an update on this news that Machine Man is gonna have something to do with Ultron. Like I think he's gonna be taking over. Like there was an updated news earlier that Machine Man gets controlled by Ultron, and they have some Ultron agenda going on and apparently he's gonna, I guess, appear in Iron Man comic books, which is, I don't know how to feel about it.
Okay. Is Iron Man doing well at the minute? Is it a good run?
The one that's coming out now, no, not really. The Dan Slott one.
Okay.
The one that I recommend is the Matt Fraction run. It's called Invisible Iron Man, Matt Fraction.
Right.
That's one of the best runs for Iron Man, for me at least.
Alright, that's fair.
I haven't been liking Iron Man since he left. I didn't like the Brian Michael Bendis run. I didn't like what was that other one? Oh well, whatever. I know it was a run before Brian Michael Bendis, but yeah, I just don't know, and I don't like the idea of Machine Man being a villain. I just don't understand that one because
Yeah.
he was actually a hero, and now all of a sudden was acting like a douchebag to Jacosta, and that was just not. That's what made me lose interest in the book, and I don't like the idea of James Rhodey not being War Machine because apparently he's scared to be in the suit again. Like, it's just some weird shit going on because Tony Stark did some like biology engineering and recreated his body and James Rhodey's body.
Right.
Yeah, and for some reason, since Tony Stark is not a good expert on biology engineering, he fucked up somehow, and for some reason, he's not the same person he thinks he is. Like something is wrong with him and James Rhodey, and that's fitting the story of the book. I just don't like it.
There's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, I suppose. People struggle to write Iron Man in general a lot of the time.
Yeah, because he's like a very flawed character. He's a playboy millionaire, and he gets into alcohol problems, and
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe writers have trouble writing flawed characters. I don't know. But every character is flawed. Well, I don't know. Maybe Iron Man.
They probably also try to make it link to the movies a little bit too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Go that maybe that's what people want, so they sort of change him, because movie Iron Man's very different.
Yeah, he's very. I like the way Iron Man is done in the movies. He's really enjoyable there. I really liked his flawed character there. And so now there's another news with Doll H for Hero.
Okay.
And Wonder Twins is extended to 12 issues because they were a 6-issue miniseries, and apparently they've been selling well, so they decided to increase it to 12 issues.
That's good. Have you been reading it?
I did read it, but I'm not sure I like the books either. But it seems people like it. That's fine for them, but I don't think it really is for me.
All right. Well, then I suppose it's good for those people that it's been extended.
Yeah. Because I've been reading it, like, I don't know, I don't like, it's just weird that the Wonder Twins came from a utopia alien world and they decided to just be superheroes somewhere else and be interns for the Justice League. I just hate when comic writers make it seem like, oh, other planets in the world are having a utopia while Earth is the only one that's shit.
Yeah.
It's like, no, stop.
Earth is kind of shit when you think about it.
I know, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure there's other planets that are also pretty shit.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think Earth is the only one.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And the Doll Age for Hero it was dealing with a kid that has like it's a phone dial thing. You become a superhero with a dial of a freaking telephone. So yeah, and apparently someone steals it because he doesn't want to be a hero and he doesn't think he deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a child kid, like a little kid, a teenager that doesn't think he deserves to be a superhero, and one of the villains steals it, and he's like, "Oh, it's got into the wrong hands. Now he has to do something about it."
Okay.
So yeah, because he was trying to throw it away. He didn't like that the thing chose him to be a superhero, and then it got into the wrong hands. It's like, "Oh, now he wants to do something about it." It's like whatever. I just don't see any. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling those titles.
Okay. Well, look, you can have an opinion. There you go. Now everyone on the internet can't get mad at you.
Yeah, I mean they can like it, so they're fine. I don't. I just don't like it. And then there's another one I'm not looking so forward to either. Wally West is getting his own solo title called Flash Forward.
Yeah.
It's a limited 6-ish limited series coming out September. It's written by Scott Liddell and artist is Brett Booth.
You're not excited because of...
Well, I don't know. Let me just read the description. His name is Wally West and he's the fastest man alive. That is, until the multiverse is rewritten without him or his family in it. Wally returned and tried to make it work, but the damage was done, spinning out of the events of Heroes in Crisis. Follow the man who called himself Flash on an adventure to find redemption in the cosmos that has fought so hard to destroy him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't really tell me what it's going to be about.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you anything. It just...
Very vague.
It's terribly vague, yes.
Alright, he'll get redemption from the cosmos, okay.
Well, and I remember in Heroes in Crisis, which is a series that everyone hates, and I hate it too. It's from Tom King. He wrote a 9-issue event series, and in that series he made that Wally West accidentally killed a whole bunch of heroes, and Wally West tries to go to the past to undo what he did, and every time he tried to undo it, it just kept killing him. The same thing kept happening, like he couldn't change time, like it was meant to happen. It's just, ugh. And the thing is, what messed up is that Wally West tried to find a way to make it that blame it on Harley Quinn and Booster Gold. Like he framed them in order to frame them that they killed the heroes in this sanctuary place. Because it was a sanctuary place, a superhero rehabilitation center. Yeah, so it's for people. It's for heroes that deal with PTSD, and they go there just to talk about their problems and their PTSD issues. So yeah, for some reason.
What do you think of Wally West just in general?
I think Wally West is a great character. I actually like him because
I like him. I hope this is good just because I like Wally West, but it's probably not going to be good.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be good because I don't like what happened in Hero in Crisis, that he framed 2 other people. I don't think that's something he would do, and it was very written out of character, and he accidentally killed a whole bunch of heroes and tried to say that Booster Gold and Harley Quinn did it, and it's just, and now he's in jail. So, and the end of the issue, he was in jail because he couldn't undo what he did, and apparently everyone found out that what he did was wrong, and he shouldn't not framed Booster Gold and Harley Quinn. from killing everybody. So now he's in prison, and now this book is supposed to redeem him, and it's just like you guys just totally ruined his character. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if because in Doomsday Clock, I do see Wally West, like he finds out that not Mr. Dr. Manhattan was messing with the universe, like rebooting it.
Yeah.
And he said that I remember he mentioned that the superheroes are gonna find out about this, and when they do, they're gonna stop you. And I'm not sure if Dr. Manhattan, because the thing with Wally West, he's from the pre-52 universe, like he has a pre-52 memories, and he ended up in the new 52, and everyone forgot him, and now he's trying to make everyone remember who he was. And they've been getting the memories, little pieces, little by little, and he also finds out that his 2 kids don't exist in his universe. I mean, this new 52 universe, and that's the reason why he was dealing with stress, and he accidentally killed the heroes, because he was going through his emotions about not having his kids and his wife not remembering who he is. And I'm not sure if Dr. Manhattan has been punishing him, like, I don't know if they would explain that. I just don't know if the 2 stories connect, because they're both from different writers and different books. I don't know if this is. I don't know if it's gonna be connected. Yeah, it's a lot.
That's probably one to avoid, maybe then. Got a little bit too much.
I probably am gonna avoid it. I don't know.
Probably a bit too much going on, man. It's awful.
Yeah. A lot of things are getting disappointed for me. I don't know. Is apparently, I also found out that Phantasm is gonna be in the Batman and Catwoman series. I just combined the 2 words together and I messed up.
Batman and Catman.
That would be awesome. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, apparently the character from Batman the Animated Series, that the Master of the Phantasm movie, apparently, yeah, Drea Benron is gonna be in the Batman and Catwoman series. Yeah, so Tom King's gonna introduce her there.
Okay.
I think that's pretty interesting that he's gonna make her first appearance there, because she never appeared in the main DC Universe comics.
Okay.
Ever. So it'll be pretty interesting to finally introduce that character. I don't know what's gonna be his story purpose there, but I like to see what happens there.
We'll find out.
I mean, did you see that movie?
Hopefully.
I'm not sure if you've seen that movie.
I did not watch that movie, no.
Oh, you never seen the Batman the Animated Series?
No.
Oh God, you're missing a lot.
I am?
Yeah, I mean the Batman the Animated Series, is a great Batman cartoon. It's like it's the best of all time. And
okay.
They have a movie called Master of Phantasm, and that's a great movie.
I've probably seen a few episodes of this. Was it on Cartoon Network or something?
I mean, they used to have it. I think they did have it on. They did probably air it on Cartoon Network a few times, but
I feel like if it was there, I would have seen a few episodes when I was a kid.
Because I know they gave it on Kids WB back then.
That's where I would have seen it.
And they also gave it on. I I know they gave the first 5 seasons on Fox Kids, and then I think they had ended it and then relaunched it in Kids WB. That's what with a new art style.
Yeah, I would have seen it once it was on Kids WB for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't remember any of it.
It came out years ago, like in the 90s.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really, and it ended a long time ago. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to finally see this character in the comic books, and I wonder what Tom King would do with that. I just don't know if it's gonna be good because I don't like Tom King's Batman.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
I think we touched on this last week as well. The Batman
yeah,
Catwoman. Yeah,
yeah, we did
yeah.
touch on this a little bit.
Alright, well, I guess we'll keep an eye out. I
And
hope it's good.
all right, yeah, I hope it's
I
good.
hope everything's good.
Yeah, I always hope everything's good. I never hope for things to be bad. I really get disappointed when things end up being bad.
Yeah.
So yeah. And what is this? Marvel's making a new literacy app called Hero Tales.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, at least this one's a little bit more detailed than that graphic comics one. This
Yeah.
because it there's Marvel Hero Tales offers a way to experience Marvel heroes while helping to develop the language and reading skills for 7 to 11-year-olds based on the
We've just missed out.
real Marvel Comics app will feature superheroes like Spider-Man and Miss Marvel to help players improve their vocabulary and express language by creating their own comic books. I think that's pretty neat for children to actually enjoy.
Oh, I would have been all over this as a 10-year-old, you know.
Yeah, if I was a little kid, I'd be all over this. I'd be
Yeah, dude.
learning how to read with comic books. That'd be awesome. Probably wish I had this when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
I basically learned how to read. Yeah, I mean, the less enjoyable way. Not. I wish I was able to learn to do Marvel Hero Tales.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So yeah, I think it seems pretty fun.
I think it's a good thing to do. Kids will like it.
Yeah, I think kids will like it. Okay, apparently the next news is Justice Society of America, the JSA, returns in Justice League this fall.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, Scott Snyder is planning this in Justice League number 31 and number 32 is he's planning the Justice League, I mean not just the JSA, the original character, which was Jay Garrick, Alan Scott Green Lantern, Jay Garrick the Flash, and Wildcat, Doctor Fate, Sandman, Hawkman, Hourman, a whole bunch of freaking characters. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with the JSA. So yeah.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah, I really want to figure out what's gonna happen here and how they gonna appear here, because there's not much details on how they're gonna appear, but they said they have plans. Because I remember Dr. Manhattan in Doomsday Clock, him altering the timeline with Superman born in a different time period. He made the JSA not exist. That's what it was. So some reason they don't exist in the New 52, and I remember Lois Lane did find some information about these superheroes existing, and because the thing is, I mean, the characters still exist, but they never became heroes. But for some odd reason, they're in the mental health. They're all in the mental home because they remember things happening, but it never actually happened in their lives. Like they having memories of a previous universe of them being superheroes, and apparently they got all dumped into a mental hospital. And and what is it? There's been news articles, and Lois Lane has been finding information about that.
Yeah.
That's all I remember from Doomsday Clock. So I think there's gonna be more story of this in Justice League leading. Yeah, I guess maybe it has to do with Lois Lane finding more information, and there's gonna be clues to finding out what this all leads to. So I'm looking forward to that. I really want to see. I really want to see how the Justice League finds the Justice Society of America. It'll be interesting. See how it works out.
What do you think of the Earth 2 JSA?
I like them. I think they're interesting characters, and I do like the New 52 Earth too, because
Yeah.
they had their own alternate universe where the characters were younger. They had a young Jay Garrick, the young Alan Scott. It was pretty interesting take. It was totally different, but I liked it. And sadly, it didn't. It lasted pretty long, but then it had its end run. So it didn't get to last forever. I wish it did, but I actually enjoyed it, and the characters were very diverse, and it was pretty interesting to see different versions of the characters. I really liked that one.
Yeah. I really like when they do stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they had like a black Superman in that universe, and they had
Yeah.
I know Mira was like, I'm not sure if she was. I forgot what it was. It's been so long ago. Because I'm not sure if she was an Indian character or it was some type of race that she wasn't white. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was interesting. I liked it.
Yeah.
I just wish those characters could come back too. They haven't been in the New 52 for quite a while.
Yeah. They could probably restore it.
Yeah, and just make it, I mean, separate universe, but maybe they cross over with the New 52 because they never got to cross over. That's the disappointing part. And I wish they interacted.
That'd be cool. I'd like a crossover, but we need it back first.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to even see the old JSA meet the new JSA and just interact with each other. That'd be awesome, like a crossover with that.
Yeah.
I would like to see that too.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah. And the next one is what is it? Is a King Thor miniseries.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be written by Jason Aaron and Essa Rubik is gonna be the artist, which I don't know who that artist is, but I think I have seen his art. Maybe I wasn't been paying attention when I was reading the Thor books, but
But you've been liking Thor, yeah?
I do like Thor. Well, I just don't like the current storyline that's going on right now. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
But I did enjoy Thor from Jason Aaron. I think he's one of the best Thor writers, and I'm really interested in this because when he wrote the Thor series before Jane Foster, he wrote a lot of stories with the old King Thor. It's like a old man Thor kind of, almost, and it was like some stories of Thor in the far future. It was pretty interesting. I actually liked it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun story. And the details of the story is the the creators of legendary Thor, the God of Thunder series that kicks off one of the most epic runs in Marvel heroes are back together for one last ride about the almighty Lord of Asgard 7 years ago. Jason Acid Isad introduced the Thor of the far future, all-father of a broken realm and a dying universe, as he stood in the battle against Butcher of Gods, wielder of all black, the Necro Sword. Now the nefarious blade has returned in the hands of Thor, all-time greatest enemy, his brother Loki, for one final climactic showdown. Behold the book no comic fan should miss. The celebration of the end is a truly marvelous era. So it looks like it's gonna be a final story with the old Thor from the future, and
Okay.
it seems pretty interesting. I really looking forward to this one because I do like the universe that he had built in that series. Like it was in the future, and Thor had 3 daughters, and he's really old. He's the ruler of Asgard, and Earth is already like empty for some odd reason, and I think because for some reason something happened to make the population become almost extinct, and they're I think some of them are living in Asgard, and
Okay.
it was something like that. It's been a long time ago. But yeah, it's a lot of interesting stories there. I remember when King Thor was fighting Galactus, and that was pretty fun at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one he's fighting Loki, so I see what that will be. What that will be. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think this will be fun.
Yeah. That's good. I love a good Thor series. I feel like they're a little bit rare, but I love them.
Yeah, they are a bit rare, and it's just I know that one's to be a mini series. There's only be 4 issues,
Yeah.
so I want it to be longer, but oh well.
Well, if it sells well, they might extend it. We'll see. We can hope.
Yes, I hope. Now there's a Avengers Loki Unleashed book.
Okay.
It's supposed to be some classic story with the Avengers fighting Loki. It's supposed to be a one-shot.
Right.
Written by Roger Stern and art by Rod Lim.
Couldn't tell you what those are.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. I'm not really familiar with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this because I really don't like classic stories, and really when things are driven by nostalgia, I just don't
Yeah.
don't particularly like it. But apparently nostalgia sells, so they just find a way to market it and make money off of it.
This is true.
Yeah, I just I hate when that's done, but people are very nostalgic, so they get into it, and I think that's one way to make money off of it.
It's true. Someone might like it. There'll be some people out there, surely.
Yeah. And it's a team when what is it? With Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Wasp, and Spectrum. When she was Captain Marvel. So
Yeah.
yeah. It's Monica Rambeau, that's that character. So yeah, it's when that team was made and they fight Loki, I guess, in here. And I don't know. I guess it's a good thing it's only a one shot, so I guess I'll see how that ends up going.
Yeah.
The next one is Gotham City of Monsters miniseries.
This sounds pretty cool. It sounds different.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting. This is one I am looking forward to. I read the details for this, and it seems pretty interesting. I mean, because Leviathan, uh, there's Mantle Shade, and now Frankenstein is a free agent, and now he's gonna fight his former mentor called Melmoth. I don't know who that is, but apparently that's who Frankenstein is after, and he recruits a whole bunch of heroes like it says Killer Croc, Lady Clayface, Orca, and Vampire Andrew Bennett.
Okay.
Yeah, and it seems pretty interesting. I like the cover that's there. And looks,
There's some cool people in it. I like this.
yeah, seems like cool. I even just, it's cool to see Andrew Bennett and Killer Croc in this. I really like to see that.
Yeah.
Cause I'm glad I have not seen Andrew Bennett in a long time. He's a cool vampire character that appeared. He had his own series in the New 52. It's called I, Vampire. You should check it out. And that was like one of the best New 52 series, and it didn't last that long because a lot of people did like it that was reading it, but it didn't sell that well because people thought that DC was trying to copy Twilight when they first saw the pictures because in the New 52
Great film, Twilight. Yeah.
before the New 52 came out, they was promoting it, and I, Vampire was one of the series they promoted before it came out, and people just automatically thought Twilight. I was like, oh my god, DC's trying to copy Twilight. I don't want to pick up this book. And I'm like, whatever, people. I'm like, in my head, it's like, whatever, people. It's just, you don't even know what the book is about yet, and you're already assuming Twilight because it has vampires. So because it's vampires, that automatically mean is gonna be Twilight. So, so I went to go read the book, and a lot of people were liking it. They had good reviews, but it didn't last that long because not many people picked it up because they were feared it would be a Twilight book, but it really wasn't.
Look, I'd say they're probably trying to copy Twilight more now, stealing all their stars.
Oh yeah, they got Robert Pattinson's Batman.
That's right. But,
Maybe Robert Pattinson should have been that vampire character, and it would have been more funnier.
maybe he should have. Maybe, yeah, definitely. People would love that. They wouldn't have any preconceived notions.
I was like, oh wait, they were copying Twilight from that book.
I would like to see that, actually. I don't care about this stupid Batman movie. Who cares? Batman, whatever. Get vampires in there again. They haven't been overdone.
Yeah, make an I, Vampire movie. So yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
It actually probably would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be down for that. But yeah, apparently this book will be written by Steve Orlando and drawn by Admake Nupan. I don't know how to pronounce these freaking names. Oh.
Can't pronounce them. I also don't know who any of them are, as per usual.
I know Steve Orlando. He's okay. He was terrible before, but now he's actually improved, and he's written a couple of good books. Like, he started out pretty bad, and I don't know, he's gradually getting better, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, I did not like his Midnighter run, and I started liking him when he's wrote the Batman and the Shadow crossover, and then he wrote Electric Warriors, and that was like one of his best series, and I'm sort of liking his Martian Manhunter 12-issue run that's been coming out lately.
Okay.
It's pretty decent. I like it. So yeah, he's slowly becoming a good writer, I think. His words are so good when he first started, and I think that's okay in my books. But yeah, I really want to see what this book is going to be like. It's a pretty interesting team, and I don't know much about Lady Clayface. I know there was a female Clayface in the pre-52, and I didn't read when she was there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I wonder what she's.
Clayface is having a gender.
Well, no, it's just a different character. It's just a female character that ends up becoming. She gets into the same and like she gets the same powers, or maybe the same experiment, something like that. But no, definitely, the male Clayface is definitely not turning into a woman. Yeah, that would be funny. But yeah, I'm really interested in this one.
Yeah.
And seeing Killer Croc in a team would be interesting. I know he was in Suicide Squad, but he was never written that well in those books.
The winning Suicide Squad movie as well.
Well, I liked it. I liked the. They only got Oscar for special effects. That doesn't count.
Yeah, the Oscar-winning Suicide Squad, man.
But yeah, but yeah, I like the Suicide Squad movie though, but yeah, it's definitely not an Oscar-winning movie though.
Look,
but it was fun.
I think I liked it in the cinema. I was like, okay, this is fine. And then I tried to rewatch it, and no good.
Really?
Not good at all.
I had fun watching it.
Okay.
The next one is a Strike Force comic book. I know that Marvel was teasing this like last week, and they finally revealed all the characters. And
Right.
yes, it's a new ongoing series written by Tini Howard and artist by German Patera.
Okay, still don't know who they are.
I don't know. I know Tini Howard, but I don't know the artist. I don't know the artist German. But to me, the art looks like crap, judging by the cover. Sorry. I don't like the art. It looks terrible.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But they happen is an interesting team. That's what I say. It's like,
Yeah.
because they said the lineup is Damien Hellstrom. Yeah, they have Damien Hellstrom, Monica Rambeau, which is Spectrum, Blade, Angela, Winter Soldier, Wiccan, and Spider-Woman, which is pretty interesting.
That is pretty different.
Yeah, it's pretty different. I didn't expect those heroes to be together, and it says it's a team that will do things that others won't. And the teaser was no compromise, no mercy. So I'm thinking this will be a team that actually kills. So I don't know. It's supposed to be like one of those like X-Force teams. I think that's why they call it Strike Force.
Yeah.
Because I remember in X-Force, they were different X-Men. They actually were killing villains. They were doing things that other X-Men wouldn't do. So yeah. I guess it's the same direction, but with different characters. I just kind of weird they put Wiccan in the team, because I don't ever remember him seeing him kill anyone. So it's kind of weird that he's on this team, but
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I
I like the lineup. It's pretty different.
Yeah, it's a pretty different lineup. I like it. I really want to see what this is like, and I just hope it's good because I tried Tini Howard's books. I really don't like her books. I know she's written. She just started writing, so I don't know. This will hopefully be good. I don't like her. She's writing a Thanos miniseries, and she had just finished writing Forgotten Queen, and that was okay. It was passable. But I didn't like it. Was Forgotten Queen from Valiant Universe. It was okay for me. And I just don't like the Thanos miniseries she's writing. It's just, I don't know. I just didn't like it, and it's just a weird, because it was supposed to be a retelling of Gamora's story when she was a child, and Thanos captures her from that planet, and
yeah,
and
it's just not handled well.
It's not really handled well at all, and it's just, I don't like that. For some reason, for some reason she put characters that were not in the original story in this story, and it's like a reimagining. It's supposed to be a reimagining in current continuity. So it's like, it just doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Because they put the Black Order characters in there, and it's just like, well, we didn't know about the Black Order characters until like in the 2000s, so why bother putting them before? It's like, where were they in these certain time periods? Were they just not existent? I just don't like putting. I don't like when people put new characters in old stories. It just confuses everything.
Yeah.
And another little minor complaint about this book, The Strike Force. I don't like the Spider-Woman's in her original costume. I want her in her new costume.
Yeah.
Because to me, her new costume was more practical for a spy. Because the thing is, Spider-Woman is an actual spy, and in her new costume, she looked more practical for spy clothing, and it looked more of a tech gear. And this one is not so much of a tech gear. It's a skin-tight suit from her classic old school days, and it's just, I never really liked that costume because it's just to me, it was also always an excuse for comic book artists to over sexualize her, and I just never.
Definitely, let's make her sexy again.
But this is a female writer, and she said, because I remember she posted a picture of herself wearing that costume in the old days when she was younger. She used to cosplay Spider-Woman. She shared it on Twitter, and I guess she's a big fan of the classic Spider-Woman costume, so she said she wants to put that costume in this book that she's writing. So it's like, oh well. But I'll still check out the book, even though Spider-Woman is out of place with her old school costume. I'll just pretend she has a new costume on.
Go on with the marker and do the book. Enjoy it yourself.
That'll be fun. Even though I can't draw for crap.
It's all good.
Yeah, I hope the book is fun. That's hopefully be interesting. And then DC is releasing a disease spin-off. They're making more spin-offs of the DC's books because Tom Taylor released he's making a he released the first two. The first two issues already came out, and it's a mini series. I mean, it doesn't take place in the main continuity; it's its own continuity. But I mean, I read the first two issues and I did not like them. I just didn't care for it. It has an interesting concept, but the execution is terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, because the characters were. It's the second issue that threw me off. I just didn't like it. I didn't like that. There's some because the storyline is that there's a zombie virus released from technology. Like if anyone goes on the internet, they get the zombie virus, and I think it's supposed to make the metaphor for like the internet brings the monsters out of all humans. Like the internet is always full with bad people, and it's just the internet is cruel. People are bitching on the internet. So I guess we make them the real monsters. Like if you go on the internet, you literally become a monster. That's what the whole concept is. So so yeah, everybody turned into a zombie. Green Lantern was, I don't know, he was not liking what was going on, and he didn't want to fight. Like he didn't want to be a superhero. Like he had a conversation with Green Arrow and Black Canary in a campfire, and Green Arrow and Black Canary was arguing with him, thinking that he's stupid, and it's like you're supposed to be the Green Lantern. You're supposed to have willpower. Where is it? And it's like the writer was making fun of Hal Jordan. It was like way out of character. Like he had no willpower to fight with other heroes. This virus that's been going on, and it's just he puts the Green Lantern ring on, and then he ends up getting killed. Like he gets infected by the Green Lantern ring. When the ring, I know the Green Lantern ring is technology, but it's not Earth's technology. It's a whole separate technology. So how would that technology be infected like the Earth's technology? It wouldn't make any sense. And what's weird is that Black Canary ends up killing Hal Jordan because he turns a zombie, and she kills him off. And then the Green Lantern chooses Black Canary to carry the Green Lantern ring, and nothing happens to her. She doesn't turn to a zombie. She's fine. And I was like, how does this fucking make any sense? How come Hal Jordan is infected but not her? Do you have some bias against Hal Jordan? I don't know. It just it just threw me off, and I didn't like the book anymore. It's whatever. And I didn't like. There's a part where Joker turns to a zombie and Harley Quinn lies to Poison Ivy, saying that because she tells Poison Ivy she's gonna kill the Joker, and instead she makes herself get killed by the Joker for the zombie because she wants to be dead with him because she still loves him, and she just totally lied to Poison Ivy, and it just another out of character moment for me. I don't see Harley Quinn lying to Poison Ivy just to be with the Joker in his final moments. It just felt stupid. So yeah, I'm just not liking that book. But I digress about that.
Stuff going on.
So yeah, apparently people have been liking it though, so it's been selling well, and they decided to make spin-offs.
Okay.
And yeah, they're making spin-offs. So it's called the de-seizing. I don't know how is that. I don't know. Is that even a word? But
I don't like how difficult that is to say. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Yeah, it says the de-seizing. I did not say deceased, but whatever. A good day to die, #1. I guess it's supposed to be based. Is this based on a true case files of the Waynes? I don't know. That's what it says on the cover there. But yeah, it's supposed to be a one shot that follows Mr. Terrific, Mr. Miracle, Big Barter, Booster Gold, John Constantine, and others. I guess it deals with more the story of this techno-organic virus that's consumed by the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to figure out what this virus is, and it says they had a Mr. Miracle, Big Barter, John Constantine, Blue Beetle, and Booster Gold attempt to fight back against the tide of death. Can this ragtag group save the world where the Justice League has failed? I mean, thus far failed. So, yeah, I think its focus is on other characters because Justice League supposedly, the future issues haven't come out, so I guess they apparently spoiled it for us. Whatever. So I guess the Justice League don't make it, and these remaining heroes are supposed to fight off this virus that's been going on Earth. I'm just glad this is his own separate thing and it doesn't do anything with the main continuity. It's just it's his own thing. It's written by Tom Taylor and the art is by Laura Bagara and Derek Robinson and others, which you're not gonna list who those others are, but whatever. I just don't. This is a one shot, so are you gonna put a one shot in all these? I mean, a group of artists in one book? I don't know how that's gonna be feeling for me. I don't like when there's multiple artists in one book, but okay. But I'll see how this goes.
Yeah. We'll find out.
And the last other comic news is Bendis. He was teasing Legion of Superheroes. They're coming back. Okay. And there was more news about this today. I read that Bendis is combining all the future timelines into one timeline. Like he's combining Batman Beyond, Legion of Superheroes, and Commandee's timeline all into one. And I'm just like, how are you gonna do that?
Yeah, that's a little bit
weird.
A bit unnecessary, I think.
Really? I think it's an interesting idea, but I'll see how he pulls it off when it comes out.
Okay.
And there's been like a Legion of Superheroes book that's coming out pretty soon. It's called Legion of Superheroes Millennium. It's supposed to be written by Michael Bendis. And apparently he gave him new costumes, and the costumes look pretty nice. I checked them out online, and they look more modernized. I don't remember where the news is, but yeah, it seems pretty interesting to me. I like what's going on, and I would like to see how it combines all the universe, because Batman Beyond takes place in the 21st century, but it's like 2039, and the Legion of Superheroes take place in the 32nd century, or 31st century, whatever.
Yeah.
And those are two different centuries. I don't know if he's gonna make the Legion of Superheroes appear in the earlier time period, and Kamandi is actually like it's a story of the last human. He's like in the future where he was the last human being, and there's anthropomorphic animals on Earth.
Right.
And he was supposed to be like a superhero. I mean, not a superhero. He's supposed to be a hero of that future, because it's kind of corrupted with the animals, anthropomorphic animals ruling each other. So I don't know what's going to happen now that he says that have merged all these timelines into one. I'll figure out how that works in the future. It seems pretty interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now there's TV show news.
TV shows. Alright, what's been cancelled this week?
there's no information about it being canceled.
No cancellations. Alright.
Apparently Mercy Graves is cast in Titans.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently is gonna be she'll be in the second season of Titans, Mercy Graves, and apparently Natalie Gumande is gonna play as her.
Okay. I don't know who she is.
Me neither. I have no idea who she is. I don't know what to say about her.
She's definitely an actress, and she will definitely do either a good job or a bad job.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
Yeah, but I like the Titans series. I like the first season, and looking forward
to it.
Huh?
If I'm honest. I was a little bit mixed on the Titan series, if I'm honest.
I could see that. It was very all over the place. It looked like it wasn't well planned out. They were just like writing this as it goes to me, I think. The story was all over the place, but I enjoyed it. I just hope the second season is a little bit more streamlined. Like the story is actually linear and it has like an actual storyline to, because the first season just felt like they were just throwing things there and see what sticks. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. I even looked at her IMDb and I've not seen a single thing that she's been on. So I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll just see how she plays out with the character.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, the next one is Artemis is cast with Stargirl. And apparently Artemis is going to be in the Stargirl series for DC Universe.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's an Asian American actress. Her name is Stella Smith. Another actress I don't know.
Yeah.
I just find it interesting because
wearing a shirt. Tigers in this photo. That's pretty interesting.
Well, I don't know where's that from, but
I have no idea. No. Probably some like teen TV show.
Yeah, it's probably some team. She was probably playing a cheerleader as a and some other things.
Yeah, some awful show that I'll never watch.
Yeah, apparently she hasn't been in that many things. She just started out, so she's a newcomer.
She's getting a big breakthrough.
Yeah.
Go get it.
And I know people are gonna have problems with this, but I won't, because the character is white in the comic books and in Young Justice, and she was also in Arrow, the character in the Arrow TV series, but it's a different actress, and that's a whole different universe. So yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as she's a good actress, who cares?
Yeah. And this actress is Asian, so yeah, I really don't care, because as long as
it's super important to the character.
Yes.
So, yeah, it doesn't. Shut up. Who cares?
Yeah, that's what I say too. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh God, here we go again. The DC Universe false rumors.
Oh.
Ugh, I just don't. I don't like the news that's been going on with the DC Universe, because now they're saying that the news about them being reevaluated is not true.
They're just gonna push on.
And then they said that, but sadly there are no current plans for a season 2 of Swamp Thing. Does that mean there'll be plans in the future? No, they don't say anything about that. And it's just, ugh. And it's like, go ahead.
I want to see Swamp Thing. And if it's good like people are saying, just give it a season 2. Bloody hell.
I saw the second episode yesterday, and I still enjoyed it.
It's good. Alright.
So yeah, I'm still liking it, and this is when asked about why the series was canceled. The D-Universe staff said, "Unfortunately, we're not in position to answer it at this time." And I'm like, thanks. That's one way to drive your subscribers away. So you better answer that now, eventually.
You'd think they'd be saying, yeah, there might be a season 2 to try and get people to watch it and maybe make some of their money back, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I'm just very disappointed because there was another news that I read somewhere else saying that they had plans to make a Justice League spinoff from Swamp Thing and have they was going to introduce the Justice League Dark characters and have their own spinoff, and it would be interesting to see Justice League a Justice League Dark TV show in the DC universe. That would have been real cool.
Yeah.
And now now they cancel the goddamn show. And they said that the North Carolina information that was stated last week was false. There is no that. Yeah, there's not a thing that North Carolina gave them the wrong money that they was to produce the show. I don't know, but
they've just randomly decided to cancel it.
Right? Tell us, why did you cancel it? Oh, we're not allowed to answer at this time. And what pisses me off in the next news that I have listed is that James Wan, the second producer of the show, has no idea why the show was canceled. And I'm like, great, you have someone who put money into this having no idea why the show was canceled.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
So, DC or WB better tell us what happened, or else people are going to start writing or unsubscribing their subscription service
Yeah,
to DC Universe.
I don't know why they're keeping it like so locked in. It's got to be something.
Because people are already unsubscribing just because Swamp Thing's gotten canceled.
Yeah. Well, it's probably going to be the best show on there.
I mean, the best show for me on there is Doom Patrol. I actually enjoyed Doom Patrol. It's a really good TV show. We don't know if it's gone yet.
Okay.
Because
it's not gone, but it's probably gone.
Because we are waiting for season 2 announcement, and we haven't got one yet, and it's just.
Okay.
I don't know. I hope we get a season 2 announcement pretty soon. And if I know people said that they don't get a season 2, they will riot and they will stop paying they'll stop paying for DC Universe service. And I was like, I don't know, but if since Swamp Thing got canceled, and if Doom Patrol gets canceled, then they're gonna lose their money. I think people are
they're not gonna have any shows left.
Yes. And there's not even any news on because all we know is that Titans got a season 2 and they already started filming it, but we don't know any future plans for the streaming service. We don't know if Young Justice
will do what they did with Titans. Titans did so well because they put it on like Netflix everywhere and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's why it did so well, because they put it on Netflix.
Yeah.
They should have released an app internationally. That's what they should have done since the beginning.
Yeah. Make it cheap. Put the app everywhere. Like, Warner Brothers, come on. What is this? It's so stupid.
Very stupid. So now I saw the trailer with Pennyworth, Alfred is gonna have his own show on Epics.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Really? You think it's ridiculous?
This is ridiculous.
Why do you think it's ridiculous?
Why? Why are they making this?
I don't know.
Like, out of all the Batman characters, like, yeah, Alfred's cool, but who's like, I want to see young Alfred.
I think it would be an interesting concept, but I don't know what to think about it because when I saw the trailer, it has nothing to do with the Batman universe. It's just
a guy.
Because it's just
a guy.
It's just Alfred in his spy days, and
Yeah.
it would be cool if they put some DC mythos, like let's say Alfred finds out about the Court of the Owls or Penguin's mob family. Like, let's say before Penguin's even born, but that Cobblepot family doing some mob stuff, and it'd be cool if Alfred was like a secret agent in Gotham, but for some reason this TV show is making it that he's a spy in Great Britain, and it's just so off the DC universe. I just don't know.
It doesn't seem to. It's just a spy show.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, but
Thomas Wayne might be in an episode. Like,
I just don't know how this is gonna be successful.
I'm against this. I'm wholeheartedly against it.
Wow. What happened to not letting things hope to be bad?
No. It's such a bad concept, I feel, but what annoys me is the trailer kind of looks half okay.
Yeah, it looks okay.
And it shouldn't be.
What if it's good? Then what happens?
If it's good, then I'll watch it. I'm back on board, but why does it need to be Alfred? It's just some guy in the 40s or whatever, beating some dudes up, shooting some people probably.
Yeah, because Alfred's past never been explored. It's just like, in the comic books, they've been talking about him being a secret agent, and I guess they want to find a way to explore that somehow. But I just hope it has something connected to Gotham, or it's the mythos from the DC universe, to like, because if it's just gonna be a plain old spy TV show that has nothing to do with the DC universe, then that's just boring.
It's completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Or even if it is good and it's just unrelated, they're just using Pennyworth to get viewers in.
Yeah, they're just using Alfred as their
own spy show.
Yep, that's basically it. I think.
It's dumb. It's dumb. I'm not on board yet. Come on, DC. They can do better than this. Just make a season 2 of Swamp Thing. Just do that.
Yes. Just do that. That'll be much more fun.
This next piece of news I'm excited for though.
Really?
DC again. I'm excited.
Oh my god, I have a different opinion. Oh god.
I haven't seen Krypton.
Oh my god, I saw Krypton. The next one is apparently Lobo is gonna have his own spin-off series for Sci-Fi. Lobo's gonna have his own TV show. It's supposed to be a spin-off of Krypton.
Like
I do like Lobo, but I don't like the Krypton TV show.
See, I haven't seen it, and I've heard bad things, but
see, there you go.
I would like a good Lobo TV show. I think that would be cool.
And I saw the trailer like last month, I think, of the Krypton season 2, and they show Lobo there, and it's just, oh my god, he is so terrible.
There's a picture here of him that looks awful.
No, because what bothers me is that For some reason, the character has a British accent.
Well, Lobo's from Britain, didn't you know?
No, he's an alien from freaking... Oh my god.
I feel like it's either going to be something fantastic, probably not. It's most likely going to be something completely awful.
Yes, it's going to be completely awful like Gotham.
I'm down for that.
Really?
As long as it's so bad that it's funny to watch, I'm down.
Oh god.
And I think that could be Lobo.
Because the thing is...
Also, it's just sort of boring.
What's weird is that I'm not sure if they're gonna... Because I remember someone in the comment section was like, oh great, Lobo is a Jamaican guy because he has the dreadlocks, but I don't think people understand why Lobo has the dreadlocks. This has nothing to do with Jamaican culture or...
Jamaicans have dreadlocks.
I know, but they're not the only ones with dreadlocks, but...
Yeah.
I know for some reason, I don't know why they made Lobo have a British accent. It's whatever. Good things, Lobo's gonna be based off of Rob Zombie, and Rob Zombie had dreadlocks at the time in the 90s, and the person who wanted to make a new version of Lobo got inspiration from that and decided to make the character based off of Rob Zombie, and that's what he's was originally supposed to be based off, and so the whole British accent thing just throws me off, and it's just why are they doing this or whatever. So yeah, it has nothing to do with Jamaican culture, the dreadlocks and of that with Lobo. It's just supposed to be from Rob Zombie, but whatever. The next news is that Lucifer is getting a season 6 petition from fans.
Yep.
Yeah, so apparently fans are not giving up, and they for some reason want a season 6. They want...
Yeah. How often do these petitions work, though? Never.
Never.
Never seen one work.
Never.
Stop making petitions.
Yeah, because there's some random person that goes to the website and makes a petition, and everyone signs it. And I guess they want Netflix to look at it and say, look at all these people that signed this petition, make the show happen. I was like, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work, but okay. But I think people are not satisfied that it's going to end in season 5, so...
Yeah.
They want a season 6. I would like to have a season 6 because I don't think they could all close all those chapters they introduced it in season 5 to season 6. I'm sorry, I don't think that's possible, but I'll see what they will do. But yeah, I don't know. And I also read that Lucifer was the most watched show on Netflix last week. I don't know. I think Netflix should have, because the one thing I don't like that Lucifer. I mean, one thing I don't like about Netflix is that they what is it? They only count
a couple of the shows.
They only count the ratings from the first week is released. And to me, I think they should count from the first 2 or 3 months, not the first week of people watching the show, and see how it does for those weeks.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they only count the first week, because I'm pretty sure people probably didn't have time to watch Lucifer until now. I mean, I saw it already, but you gotta give people time to catch up. There's so many shows going on.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I haven't even watched Jessica Jones season 3 today.
Is that out?
Yeah, it's out. It came out today.
Oh, what? You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
I didn't even notice. What?
Yeah, so I had to watch that. Hopefully on Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Netflix is gonna listen to that petition. I'll see if it works.
I doubt it.
It's gonna be another failed petition. And okay, the next TV news is that there's gonna be a hungry girl. I said it wrong again. I was supposed to say gross. Hungry Ghosts and Boondocks animated series again.
We got it there.
Yeah, so yeah, apparently the Boondock they're gonna make a new reimagining of the Boondocks series with the creator Aaron McCarter. And he's also making another animated series called Hungry Ghosts based on the Dark Horse graphic novel comic series written by Bourdain and Joelle Rose. I really don't know anything about the Hungry Ghosts comic book. I never heard of it.
No, me neither.
It says an anthology of twisted and culinary inspired ghost stories with both horror and comedic elements. Each episode will range in tone and will look completely different from the last, taking advantage of various forms of animation to best fit the story. Which I think that's pretty interesting. I like to see something like that because it reminds me of those short stories like they have I know Black Mirror has something interesting like that. They have different stories for each episode.
Yeah.
And there's another thing that was like an animation thing called Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. And I actually enjoyed that. That was pretty fun.
That was pretty good.
Seeing a whole bunch of different stories and animation. And that would be cool to see horror stories. That's what the comic book is like. I like to see that in I guess in a TV show form.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see a bunch of horror short stories with different animation. That looks pretty interesting. And then the Boondocks reboot is gonna be. It says it chronicles the adventures of the Freeman family against the evil local government tyrant Uncle Ruckus, who rules a fictional Woodcrest County, Maryland, with an iron fist.
Okay.
What is it? I did see a couple episodes of Boondocks. I did not see the whole entire series. Because I got into it real late and I had to try to watch all the episodes. I just haven't done so.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know. For some reason it says it's a reboot. So does that mean it's gonna be a different version of the previous animated series? I just don't know why they should just continue from the original one if they can.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're making a reboot of it, but I guess it's whatever. But I hope this one will be enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it holds up just as the original one, because I did enjoy the episodes I saw of that TV show.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. So the next one is Dune is making their own TV show, I guess. It's called Dune the Sisterhood. And this could be based on the character B'nai Gesserit. I really don't know anything about Dune. I know people are hype about it and are like, what is this Dune thing that everyone keeps talking about? Because I have no idea what Dune is. I know they're making a movie out of it, and now they want to make a TV show out of it. But
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is, but this picture looks pretty sweet. So
Yeah, the picture looks pretty cool. I like the picture. But I'll see what the hell Dune is. And apparently it's gonna be in the, but this is gonna be in the Warner Brothers streaming service. It says here. So I guess it's gonna be one of the first TV shows in the WB streaming service that WB is planning to make. That's gonna cost $16 a month. Oh boy. I know it's a little too much. And so they're gonna make a cheaper version, but I'll see how that goes. The next one is Mindy Kaling has spoken to Marvel about making a Miss Marvel TV show.
okay.
Based on Kamala Khan. Yeah, because she wants to make, she had talkings, and it hasn't been confirmed, but she had talked to Marvel that she would be really interested and probably do something about making a Miss Marvel TV show for Disney streaming service. And I think that would be an interesting idea. I agree with her on that. I wouldn't mind seeing a Miss Marvel TV show on the Disney Plus streaming service, I guess.
To give it a go. I like Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
I think she's good.
She says she wants to write it, I think. I don't think she's not gonna be Miss Marvel, of course. She's too old for that, but but yeah, I like to see her involved in it. She's I really do like her in TV shows. Because I saw her in The Office and I liked her there a lot. The next one is the X-Men the animated series creator wants the X-Men the animated series to return. Because they've been talking with Disney executives to revive the show, but there's been no confirmation about that. But I don't know if I really want this show to come back, because it's once again nostalgia to sell to make money off of.
That's right.
And I did like the X-Men cartoon when I was younger, but as I got older and saw it again, I'm like, no, this wasn't so good as I thought it was. I mean, have you ever saw the X-Men animated series?
I watched a little bit of it. I wasn't the biggest fan.
Oh. People are gonna hate us.
Maybe.
They're gonna get their pitchforks and start. Like, how could you hate the X-Men animated series?
I say bring it on. Fight me.
I like X-Men Evolution. I thought that was better than X-Men the animated series.
Okay.
There goes those fighting words. But people gonna kill us. But anyways, I just didn't like it because I didn't like the X-Men the animated series because they made Jean Grey so goddamn useless. She would just trip. Like, she was like, oh, Scott. And it was like, Jean. And it's like, there's one specific scene that they fight a whole bunch of, I forgot what it was, but me and my boyfriend was watching it. And she just trips and just like, she asks Scott's help. And it's just like, she's so fucking useless. It's just so annoying. And the inconsistency of the characters are so poorly done. The action was just terrible. It's a very dated cartoon. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good as what everyone says it is. I think people have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's probably more of a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, it's a nostalgia. I don't want it to come back. Nope. Let's hope. I just hope Marvel declines.
Yeah.
Um, so the next one is that is now going to movie news.
Oh, we've almost finished the news.
Yes, I know. Next up is Oblivion Song movie, which is another comic book series I don't even know about. I know a lot of people talked about it, but I've never read the comic book. It's from Image, it's from Robert Kirkman, which I had no idea that he was writing this book.
Okay.
So I should check it out someday.
I mean, I know the movie Oblivion with Tom Cruise.
There's a movie called Living with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and he's like a clone or whatever, and he's doing some stuff. And he rides a bike, and then Morgan Freeman's in it at one point.
Oh.
I don't really remember that movie, but it definitely is a movie.
Oh. So yeah, I don't know much about Oblivion Song. I wish I knew about this comic book so I could understand why this could be a movie of it, but it seems pretty interesting, I think, from the judging from the cover.
That's the best way to judge things. Whoever
right?
Don't judge it by its cover.
Right? Are we supposed to Are we not supposed to judge a book by its cover?
That's how I do it. That's exactly how I do it.
Oh boy.
But I agree with you. Based on the cover, this looks pretty sweet. I'm into it.
I'll see how that goes. So the next one is that, what is it? Jume Colin Sierra. I don't know if I said his name terribly, but whatever. Is in talks to direct Black Adam movie. So for DC. Yeah. So apparently he's been known to write. I mean, he's been known for Disney's Jungle Cruise.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. Don't know what that is.
I've got no clue.
Oh, man.
But I'm excited that it has a director.
But yeah, apparently he was in talks to write, I mean, I guess to be the director of Black Adam movie.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he does well if he's still in the running to do it.
Yeah. I hope this gets made. It looks like it is, finally.
Yeah, I hope the Black Adam movie gets made because it's been a long time in development. We have not hit.
It has. And I really like Shazam. I thought Shazam was awesome.
Yeah, Shazam was an awesome movie. I did like that movie a lot, and I like to see how they have Shazam go up against Black Adam and see what happens. Like, how would that work? I like to see that.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
The next news is the Batman movie villain details. Because apparently, according to Geeks, Geeks Worldwide, they have some details of some rumors about who's gonna be in the Batman movie, and it looks like it's gonna be Penguin, Catwoman, the Riddler, and Firefly is gonna be in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and they all have descriptions there of what they're looking for, because these are casting calls. So they're looking for actors that fit these descriptions, and the descriptions seem fine. They're really.
They kind of seem a little bit fake to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a rumor, so we don't know if this is actually confirmed news.
A lot of information they've put into it is stuff that, like, it sounds more like something a fan would make up, so you can tell what character it was more than what someone's looking for.
I just want new villains, to be honest. I really don't care. I mean, we already seen Riddler, we've seen Penguin, we've seen Catwoman. The only character we haven't seen in live action is Firefly, but
And he's awful.
and he's just a D-list villain, so it doesn't really matter much to me.
I would like to see like a good version of a lot of those villains though.
Yeah.
Look, the Riddler was awful.
Yes, I know. And Batman Forever with Jim Carrey, no.
And Penguin wasn't that much better.
I know. It was okay. Danny DeVito as Penguin, he did alright, I think. But I haven't seen that movie in years, so I can't even say. I can't even.
Yeah, I actively avoid it.
Yeah.
I actually. We haven't had a perfect Catwoman yet, but I actually didn't mind Anne Hathaway.
No, I actually like that Catwoman. I think she was perfect for me. Anne Hathaway played the best Catwoman for me. I liked her more than Michelle Pfeiffer. People people with the nostalgia because.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer was a little over the top.
Yeah, because one thing I did not like about Batman Returns is that they made Catwoman to a psycho crazy woman, and it's just like that's not Catwoman. And she was much more not psycho in the Batman Dark Knight Rises movie. I like that direction of Catwoman much better. She played Catwoman much better for me. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to see Catwoman as a villain. I mean, well, she was not the villain in Dark Knight Rises anyway.
Yeah, I feel like they're using it pretty loosely. I don't think she'll be a major villain.
Yeah.
And like Firefly will probably only be like in an opening sequence or something.
Yeah, you probably like Spider-Man with the Hydro Man. I remember it's just a little sequence they're gonna have of that character.
Yeah, it's just gonna be cannon fodder, surely.
Yeah, and I would like to see a new version of Riddler. I would like to see that. I just want them to use newer villains that were never done before, and like I don't mind if they do the Mad Hatter or the Ventriloquist or even Clayface or characters they haven't done yet, huh?
I reckon since they're making a trilogy, I reckon that they're gonna try and do the Court of Owls at some point.
Yeah, that would be awesome. If the Court of the Owls.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do that because they've been doing a lot of the New 52 stuff anyway.
Yeah, they have been. I noticed that most of the DC movies are based on New 52 storylines.
Yeah.
So the next one is we're in the video game news section now. Yeah.
Here we go.
What is it? I saw the trailer. I saw the E3. It was a Square Enix Avengers game.
Yeah.
Have you saw the trailer?
I've seen the trailer. I have, yes.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I'm actually kind of excited for this.
Really?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm excited for it too. It's just that
I think a lot of people don't like the designs of the characters.
yeah, I also have mixed feelings of the designs of the characters too.
I'm sort of down with it. I like a lot of them.
Oh, because I don't know, but
Like the movie, like the movie characters and stuff.
because I know this Black Widow looks kind of. I know people say mannish. I could kind of see that. But it looks okay. I mean, it's just weird that Captain America's wearing a bulletproof vest that makes the star so small, and it's just looks kind of weird. I just don't. So the designs are kind of weird. I mean, I think they can improve it a little bit, but I think it looks like an interesting game. I mean, they said it's an RPG, and they're gonna have more characters down the road for free. I think that's pretty awesome.
I like that. Yeah.
I know people are missing out on Hawkeye. I was missing out on Hawkeye too. Like I noticed he was not in the trailer.
Yeah, I just assumed he was going to be one of the starting characters, but I suppose he'll be the first free DLC, I guess.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is linked to the Spider-Man game.
I don't know. They never said there was, but it would be cool if it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool. There's like a whole entire universe of that.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool. I'm down for that.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty fun, interesting game. You know,
Yeah.
the characters look like they need a little bit of work, but I think it's a very interesting game.
Yeah. Well, they've got a while to still work on it. It's definitely not finished.
Yeah, it's definitely not a finished game. I can tell.
Come out for like another year or something, doesn't it?
I think so. There's no date on it, but they say it'll come out next year. I think.
Yeah. So they've got a while to work on it. They'll clean some stuff up.
Yeah.
We didn't really see any gameplay though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it was only a cinematic scene, so
Yeah.
we have no idea what the games would be like.
In-engine. There was a few like in-engine cuts there, but they were very few and far between. And
Oh yeah, there was a few.
they looked early on. Yeah.
There's a few in-engine cutscenes. You were right. I just remember that. It looked pretty decent to me, so I think it'll be
I'm excited for it.
hopefully be a fine game. And then Ultimate Alliance 3 has. I mean, I saw the trailer in E3, and they're gonna have upcoming expansion packs for. They're gonna have characters from Marvel Knights, X-Men, and Fantastic Four. It says available fall 2019, and I don't know. When I saw the trailer in E3, I think I'm gonna be interested in this game. It looks pretty cool.
I'm a big fan. I think it looks fun. I like that you can play all the different heroes.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
that is pretty cool. And I don't know how many characters are in this game because I see so many characters and it's just like, wow, how many characters are in this game?
Yeah. They'll be adding them down the track.
Yeah. They're gonna add more characters and I just wondering how many characters this game's gonna have.
Yeah. I kind of like the story too.
Yeah.
What they're looking towards.
Yeah, because it's gonna have the Black Order and Thanos and Infinity Gems again.
Yeah, and Captain America dies in the trailer.
No, he dies in the Avengers game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a separate game. So what the?
Oh yeah. Marvel Alliance. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was crazy how Captain America dies in that Avengers game.
Yeah, I just remember that. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's like thanks for telling us that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm liking what they're doing with Thanos and everything in Alliance 3.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun game too. I'm looking forward to that one. And that one comes out in July, so. But the DLC comes out in the fall, so I guess that's supposed to be in September, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it was pretty interesting to see Elektra, Lisa Bloodstone, and Ghost Rider. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game. The next one is this is the last one. There's a Batman mural gonna be posted, I guess, across the U.S. in major cities that have a Batman mural. I saw the clip for it, and it looked pretty interesting. I mean, the commercial looked fake. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Because you see the guy making the mural on the wall, and like people come by and post pictures and and they mysteriously have Batman T-shirts and tattoos, and it's just they know everything that there is about Batman. I mean, I can understand there probably are Batman fans, but I doubt that they just were walking by and happened to see this mural. I'm pretty sure fucking DC just hired a bunch of people that they probably know and told them to be in this commercial.
They could have. You don't know. No one knows what they're doing.
Because it's like one of those real. These are not real. They're not actors. They're real people.
Yeah.
Like bullshit are actors. I hate those commercials. But anyway, so now I'm gonna talk about the books that I read last week.
Let's do it.
Now is the first I'm gonna talk about is Age of X-Men, Prisoner X #4. There's another one from the Age of X-Men story that was talked about last week. And this one deals with Bishop in prison because he fell in love with Jean Grey and in this alternate world, and he was you know, you're not supposed to fall in love with someone in this universe, and apparently they are having sex, and it's like sex before marriage is the wrong things, according to Nate Gray. So
yeah,
he put him in prison and made everyone forget him. So in this story, it's just like they have Bishop planning a whole bunch of Bishop and Beast were planning to with the other X-Men characters in the prison. They were gonna stage of like a prison fight, so they can break out eventually and have the guards come in and fight them. So that's what's happening in the book. And before the fight was happening, they had Danny Moonstar and Polaris talking to each other about the memories that they had before this universe, and it was pretty interesting to see them talk, and I actually enjoyed the conversations there. And then they had the prison fight afterwards, and you also see Forge talking to Legion, and he also did talk to Bishop in the beginning, talk about how he's gonna change his character. He's gonna change he's gonna learn from right from wrong, and he's gonna have redemption. It was pretty interesting conversations in there, and I really did enjoy this one. I give it an 8.0. It was pretty interesting to see the prison fight break out, and I like the conversation with Forge and Bishop and Polaris and Moonstar. And it's pretty interesting that Legion is also involved in the story, and he did something to Forge in the end. So the people break out fight the guards in the prison, and it ends there. So I'm excited to see what this leads to and see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah, it seems pretty fun for me. The next one is Black Cat #1, and this one also seemed pretty interesting for me. It was the first issue of the Black Cat series. What is it? In this story, it was Black Cat was in an auction, like some painting auction show. Like there was like a auction on a painting that she wanted, and she ends up stealing the painting, and the people go after her, and they don't end up getting the painting. Black Cat ends up fighting the guys that were after her, because she had two friends that were helping her steal the painting, and they're driving, and she's the one that was fighting the people that were the guards that they sent after her for stealing the painting. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I liked the story. It was nothing so deep, and at the end of the story, I also know that some relative of Black Cat's, I think it's her uncle, apparently appears in the end of the issue saying that he wants to speak to her, and I guess we'll find out what's the reason behind that in the next issue. But for me, I actually enjoyed this. This is a good first issue, and there was a little short story in the after the Black Cat series. Is like it talks about her uncle in the past, how he was stealing money from Dracula, and he steals the money and runs away. But yeah, it's you get to know a little bit about the character, and it seems like he was a thief as well. And I think the thief concept runs in the Black Cat's family. So I remember Black Cat's father was also a thief, so I guess her uncle was also a thief, and they probably worked together, and they were stealing things. And I don't know what that has to deal with, but I gave this one an 8.0 as well. I like this one.
Okay.
And the art was okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible art. It was passable. It looked good in some parts, and then some parts were not as detailed. But I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It looks like it's gonna be fun. The next one is, what is it? I'll talk about Adventures of Super Sons number 11. That's the next book. This one was mainly about because the thing is, Superboy and Damien, they have been going adventures all space, and they run into these aliens that try to be the Legion of Doom characters. Like, they're kid versions of Lex Luthor and Joker, a bunch of other characters from Legion of Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, they use some some hologram thing, and they decide to make themselves look like Lex Luthor and Joker and a bunch of other characters. But yeah, apparently in this issue, this will be like the next issues will be the final one. So
okay.
So yeah, the next issue will be the final one, but this one was just mostly a action issue. It was just the characters fighting each other. And the thing is, Rex Luthor, he's trying to go to Earth and become a villain there. He wants to take over the world in there. So Superboy and Damian were fighting with because they met a Green Lantern, a kid Green Lantern, during the storyline, and they was teaming up with Jonah Hex and some other character called Tommy Tomorrow, which I didn't know who that character was before, but as I read the book, I got to know a little bit about him. And they were all teaming out to fight these Legion of Doom kids. And in the book, Rex Luthor ends up getting to Earth, and Robin and Superboy were trying to stop him, but he ends up putting this in this in between pages world, so they get into it was kind of weird. They get stuck in between the pages, like the white space of the comic book.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we don't know what he's gonna do to Earth when in the next issue. So let's see how that works out. It's just crazy how he goes to the portal and then he traps Superboy and Damian into this in between pages were space. So I wonder how they're gonna get out in the next issue.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that the other heroes that were helping them fight have no idea where they are. So I don't know how they're gonna find them and fight off these Legion of Doom kids. So I gave it like a 7.5 because I did enjoy the story, but the thing is, I noticed the actions were all over the place. Like one panel, you see Robin fighting one villain, and then the next panel, you see Superboy fighting one villain, and then the next panel, you see like each character already had his own action, and it's just different points of action happening. It was not linear, so
yeah,
it just kind of bothered me about that. So I don't like seeing action like that. That I like to see part A, part B, C, D, not like part A here and then part F. It's just like fast forwards, and I hate when that happens. But then it was like fast forwarding in the beginning, and then at the end, they stopped fast forwarding and they just show Robin and Superboy escaping and getting stuck in that world. So yeah, it was okay to me. It was all right.
Yeah.
I just want to see how the story concludes next week, and hopefully that will be fun. The next one is Female Furies number 5, and that deals with the new gods, and it takes place in the past. It's explaining how Mr. Miracle and Big Barter and escape new gods. I mean, they escape Apocalypse and end up on Earth. So it deals with because the things in the story, you find out one of the Female Furies, one of the characters that were working the Female Furies ends up dying. Big Barter ends up looking for Mr. Miracle in this issue, and because the thing is, he goes to Earth, and the thing is, one of the characters they were sent to try to kill him. The Female Furies were sent to kill him, but Big Barter wanted to stop it from happening, and she teamed up with Mr. Miracle and fought the Female Furies, and they were able to stop fighting and come up with a plan, and it was pretty interesting to see that happen. They came up with a plan to fake Mr. Miracle's death and get the guy who killed one of the Female Furies to get killed by them. So Darkseid agreed with the plan. So he says okay to kill that guy that killed Ariel. That was her name. That killed her. So they were able to plot their revenge and get him killed by the end of the issue. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I did like that Big Barter was able to get the Female Furies on her side and just stop fighting and work with her and come up with a plan. And the plan was okay. I mean, the plan was that if you leave me alone, one of the Female Furies said that if you leave us alone and let her do our business in Apocalypse, we'll let you like stay with Mr. Miracle on Earth. So, and we'll help you kill this guy that killed one of our members. So it was pretty interesting how they were able to get along and be friends and come up with a plan to work together and kill this guy off. So yeah, I did enjoy that one. I give that one a 8.0. I actually enjoyed it. So, and the next issue will be the last issue of because it's a mini series. So I'll see how that story concludes eventually.
Okay.
The next one is Fallen World #2, and that one is from Valiant. It deals with Rai and it was Jalad, yeah, Jalad and Rai. They fighting the father, which was the leader of 'cause the thing is with Rai is a far future, and it's like a planet called the New Japan that was like orbiting Earth, and people were living in there, and Rai takes it down. He takes the king down because he was treating the people like crap in there, and they ends up destroying the little planet. I don't know. He has like a little planet thing that artificial planet that was orbiting Earth, and they end up the planet gets destroyed and falls on Earth, and the people that survive end up living on Earth, and Rise is trying to like they want to be like the new king of the people, like guide the people, and he doesn't feel that way, but he doesn't know if he could be a good leader, stuff like that. So he was fighting father because he finds out the father was actually still alive. He thought he was dead, and he takes Bloodshot's body, and and they're trying to fight him off. And what is it, Rai and Jalad and the Geomancer, a whole bunch of other characters. They end up escaping because they feel like fighting father was too strong. Like he was sending like some blood bats or something like that, like some weird blood creatures to fight him. Oh, it's pterodactyls. Yeah, it's pterodactyls. And they were like, it was a weird thing, and they were fighting, and they were trying to escape, so they eventually did escape, and they ended up talking a campfire because they were trying to escape in a plane, and the plane crashed, so they ended up talking a campfire. And father ends up meeting with he ends up finding his son because he has a son, and his son is just as bad as he is, and his son has a whole bunch of people that believe in the father, the king, and they want him to be the ruler again. But instead of being ruler in that little Japan, the New Japan planet that was there, they wanted to be a king on Earth. So they were talking about that, and I know Jalad runs into another character called War Mother, which is another character her own series in the far that takes place in the future, and we get to know about her. She has her own city that she takes over. So yeah, it's pretty interesting that. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty good book. I like it. I mean, I like the Riot universe. I give it a 8.0. It was pretty fun for me. I'm just excited to see War Mother because I actually liked her in her own series, and I'm excited that this character meets the other Rai and Jalad. So I like the Valiant universe. I think you should check out the Valiant books. They're pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, those are fun. The next book I'm gonna talk about is the Walking Dead number 192.
Nice.
Yeah, this one is gonna spoil the book free. It's gonna be a big one. Cause in this book, Rick ends up getting killed. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they kill. Cause the thing is, Rick, they find they find this town called the Commonwealth, and so the governor is a character called Governor Milton, and people don't like her how she rules the town because it's a police state, and people are liking the way Rick rules his place, and apparently they had a little fight and they was able to solve it and they stopped fighting and they wanted Rick as a leader. So Rick was supposed to be leader, but the son of the governor was pissed off, and he didn't like that. He took his mother's. Rick was taking his mother's power of the town away. So he ends up killing Rick while he was sleeping. he ends up shooting him. Rick wakes up because he felt the bullet, and he's like, what are you doing? And he just kept shooting him, and he just died. And the kid leaves, and what is it? Carl wakes up and he goes to see his dad in the morning. He goes to the dad's room, and he sees him as a zombie. And the thing is, Carl ends up killing his own dad as a zombie, and he starts crying. And
pretty fucked up, man.
It is pretty fucked up. Oh my god, this is like, goddamn, Walking Dead is breaking my heart here. So yeah, the guards come upstairs and they hear a gunshot, and it's like, oh shit, Carl just killed his own father.
Yeah.
And they went to go find out what went on, and Carl was talking to Michonne, and he was like pissed off at the situation. And the governor finds out that it was her son that killed Rick, and they decided she put her own son in prison. And yeah, she put her own son in prison, and Carl was talking to the governor and saying, like, he's really pissed off that, she just lets her son do whatever he wants here. And do you think he's like wondering if she's still going to be leader. And now that, Rick is, because the plan was for Rick to be the leader, and he died, and that's not going to happen. So I don't know if she's going to end up staying as the leader of this town. So yeah, because apparently Rick was ended up being a leader of both places, and I guess merged the two cities into one place. I don't know if that's the plan was, but so yeah, at the end of the book, since all the people in that town loved him, they decided to take the Rick's body and try to bury it in Alexandria, but Carl, while they was horse riding over there, he ends up falling off the horse, and Michonne went to go after him, and he gets up, he starts crying, says that he wants to kill himself because he doesn't think he could live without his father, and it just ends there. And it's like, I was like, damn. I give this a 9.0. It was like the best book I read that week. It was the best book for me. So yeah, it was pretty I was like hurting me. Like breaking my heart here, but yeah, it was sad to see Rick get killed, and I'm not sure they doing this because of the TV show. I mean, I know they didn't kill, huh?
I could be.
I mean, I'm not sure because I know they didn't kill him, but he just went to a helicopter or whatever. Yeah. I'm not sure if they decided to, I'm not sure Robert Kirkman decided to kill off Rick, and I'm not sure if they ended up killing off Carl. Like, is Carl gonna actually commit suicide?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's gonna parallel to the TV show where Carl and Rick is not no longer a part of the world. I mean, Walking Dead. So it'll be interesting to see that. I mean, I'm not. I can understand why Carl would probably kill himself at this point because he had to kill his father and he had to live without his mother and his sister. Because I know in the comic book, I mean, he had his mother and his sister. She ended up getting killed when she was a baby. So
yeah.
I know it happened differently in the comic book than the TV show. Sometimes I forget that it actually happened differently because when I was talking to my boyfriend, I was like, I remember he killed his mother, and it's like, oh no, wait a minute, that didn't happen in the comic book. That only happened in the TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty different. The governor ends up killing the mother, so yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking for him to go through that. And I can understand if he wants to kill himself, even though maybe that's what he shouldn't do, but I understand if he ends up doing it. He's gonna break my heart again.
Yeah.
Tear it to shreds in this book. That's what he needs to do. Alright, the next one is Army of Darkness / Boba Hotep #4.
Is this Army of Darkness as in Evil Dead?
Yeah, it's Evil Dead. They just gave it that name because that's what it was called in the third one.
Yeah.
The third one was called Army of Darkness. And I know the comic books, they switch on and off. They either call it Ash or Army of Darkness. They could never decide on a freaking title. It gets annoying. But yeah. They either call it Ash or Evil Dead or Army of Darkness. It's one of those three.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was he meets the Elvis in the past, and the thing is a whole bunch of Nemocron zombies end up going in the past to kill Elvis, and Ash ends up saving him in the past. And because in this issue, this is a final issue of the series, and they end up going to the future, and Ash ends up going to the future and to kill the Nemocron demons, and we end up seeing Elvis helping. He ends up helping Ash defeat the Nemocron demons, and they end up going off to their adventures. Like the story is supposed to continue off, and I didn't like this one. I gave it 6.0. The art was great, but the story was so rushed, and it's just like I wasn't sure. I thought this was supposed to be 5 issues, and I think that it didn't sell well, so they just cut it to 4, and they decided to rush the story, and it's just so weird because Elvis Presley is dead. He's not alive, so this story is supposed to take place in modern time. And I know they did go to the past, and then he goes to the future, present time, to fight the demons, and then all of a sudden Elvis appears out of nowhere, and Ash is like, "Oh, how you alive?" I don't know. I'll explain that later, and it's never explained. I was just like, okay, he's never explained it, and after they defeat the demons, Ash said he has to drive off somewhere, and they don't tell you, and Elvis tries to join with him in the car, and they drive off the road, and it's like end of the book. So they just fought a bunch of demons, and the book ends, and it's like, wow, this is terrible. So yeah, I was liking the first few issues, but then it just started turning into crap on the third and fourth one, and it's just, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I just kind of disappointed because I would like to see the relationships. I like to see. I want to see more interaction with Ash and Elvis talking to each other, because
Okay.
the Bubble Hotep was I found out it was an old movie that it was Bruce Campbell was playing as Elvis Presley. It was like a horror movie.
That makes a bit more sense. Yeah.
It was a horror movie. He was fighting demons. It was weird because it's like Elvis fighting demons. And I'm like, I was like, I wish I kind of saw that movie back then. 'Cause I didn't know what Boba Hotep was. I'm like, what the hell is that? And it's like a guy dressed in Elvis, and I went to go look at Wikipedia, and it was like a Elvis Presley fighting demons, and Bruce Campbell was playing as Elvis. So it's like
Cool, actually.
in here, it's like Bruce Campbell meets Bruce Campbell is two different characters. I thought
Yeah.
it would be an interesting book, but it didn't turn out to be that way. It was disappointing.
I want them to make a movie where Bruce Campbell is both of them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be hilarious.
Yep, he'll be beating himself. Oh my god.
Too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
He loves that shit.
Yeah.
Right. Next book.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to the Dead Man Logan, because now I found the book and now I remember what's going on. So yeah, Sabretooth is he meets with a whole bunch of cannibalistic guys, and they wanted to eat him, but instead he ends up fucking eating them back. They're gonna try to kill him, and he ends up eating them. So yeah, and then he wants to go after Wolverine because Old Man Logan ends up going back in his original timeline. He was in the 616 universe, and now he's in the his own timeline, his own universe.
Yeah.
And what is it? So yeah, we also end up he's looking for Logan, and the story does cut off, and you see Logan talking with Danny Cage, which is Luke Cage's daughter, and they're trying to protect a little one of Bruce Banner's kids. Is like a Hulk kid, and the reason why they're protecting him because the Hulk.
At the end of Old Man Logan, yeah.
Huh?
Is it the same one that Wolverine grabs at the end of Old Man Logan?
Yeah, it is the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same exact one. The thing is, the kid got older, a little bit older, not that much older, he's like a teenager. And the thing is, everybody wants to kill him, and Logan and Danny Cage are trying to protect him while people are trying to kill him. And because the thing is, they have the fear that Kid Hulk is gonna end up growing up and become a danger to the planet. So they're trying to protect him. Logan and Danny Cage are trying to protect him, and then there's some type of place they run into with apparently someone created a Hulk like being that can take down that Hulk. It's like a pink Hulk. It's kind of weird. He has a pink Hulk, and they're trying to fight, and in the end of the book, Logan's intestine gets ripped out.
Ooh.
And Wolverine's gonna try to survive that. Apparently it cuts off. So I gave this one an 8.0. I like it. It was it was interesting. The action was pretty fun, and it's a lot going on, and what is it? It was crazy to see Wolverine's intestines gets ripped off in there at the end of the book, and it's just like I was I am kind of worried what's gonna happen in the next book, because the thing is, Logan's healing factor is depleting, like he's actually dying. There's that much left to live, and that's the reason why he wanted to come back to the world, because he wants to spend his final moments with Danny Cage and the little Hulk child. He wants to spend his final moments in his universe. So Danny Cage thought he abandoned her, but he really didn't. It's just that when Secret Wars is happening and Franklin Richards is recreating the universe, he accidentally put Old Man Logan inside the 616 universe, and he was stuck there. And now he found a way to escape, and now he's there. And apparently Sabretooth is looking for him, because now he find out he's back. And I don't know if he's gonna find them. We don't, because it cuts off after he eats those people. It cuts off to Logan. So I will see what happens with Sabretooth and now these people who were trying to kill the Hulk kid. Let's see what happens with that. So it seems like a pretty interesting book. I like it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens in the next one. So the next one is Batman / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, number 2. And this one was okay. I gave this one a 7.5. Or a 7.0 actually.
Okay.
The art is good.
Probably a bit harsh, man.
It's just that the story is very confusing, because what is it, Raphael from the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the first series ever, like from the old ones, he ends up appearing in this world, because there's a world where that the Batman and the Ninja Turtle characters are combined.
Okay.
You have Joker combined with Shredder, and then you have Batman in there, and Splinter is combined with Alfred. Then you have the 4 Robins combined with the Ninja Turtles. So you have Nightwing combined with Leonardo, Red Hood combined with Raphael, Michelangelo combined with Damien, and then you have Donatello combined with Tim Drake Robin.
Alright.
So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that concept is really cool. I think it's very interesting. It's just the execution is just like really not all that out there.
Okay.
Because the thing is, in the book, the old Raphael comes to that world and explains to that this is Krang, but he's like anti-monitor Krang. And the thing is, Raphael explains that Krang and the Krang anti-monitor character is from their world, but they don't even know him. And they said that he created this universe. I'm like, if he created this universe, then how the hell is he from that world? And it's just confused the hell out of me. I don't think the writer knew what he was writing, and I think he caused out his own plot hole.
Yeah. Okay, that's lazy. Lazy writing.
Yes, he caused his own plot hole in the story, and that just made me not like the story as much.
That's fair.
So yeah, I thought it was okay. I gave it a 7.0. I'm just hoping the next issue I'll be able to enjoy it a little bit more, because I do like some parts of it. I mean, it's pretty interesting to see the characters combined together, and Raphael did explain that the world is not supposed to be combined. Your guys supposed to be separate, and he did explain his origin, the Ninja Turtles origin story, and he explained Batman's origin story. That's another part. It was retelling origin stories, and it was like, oh, I know this already. Stop it.
Yeah, it's a bit useless.
So yeah, it was kind of a bit rough, and I was looking forward to this one. I was kind of disappointed.
Okay.
The next one is Justice League number 25, which was sort of disappointing. When I give this one 7.5 as well.
Okay.
So yeah, because I like this one has two stories. The first one is it deals with the thing is the Justice League are in this alternate world called the Sixth Dimension, and what is it there? Batman is to talk with the World Forger about this place, and he wants to get rid of the Justice League, and Batman decides to go along with him.
Okay.
And alright, so the Justice League number 25 it was about the thing is Batman and Justice League, they end up going to a world that's in the future, and they end up finding out that the world is corrupt, and
no.
So yeah, they end up fighting the Justice League of that place, and Batman fakes his betrayal. Like he says, because the thing is, there's a guy called the World Forger there, and he told Batman that he will recreate the world in his image, whatever you want.
Okay.
Because he wants to make the world peaceful, and he thinks the world is corrupt is in his place. And the thing is, the Justice League doesn't want to get rid of the world that they live in, so.
Yeah.
So Batman, the thing is, what's messed up? They trapped Superman in this outer space place, and where the gravity pulls him into the center, and he can never get out because the gravity keeps pulling him back.
Yeah.
So Batman said they would join this guy, the World Forger, and the thing is, what he decided to create was to have suns in where Superman is, and Superman saw a whole bunch of suns, and he was able to escape. The gravity thing broke off, and Superman was able to escape that gravity place that was pulling him back and forth, and he ended up in the world where the rest of the Justice League is at. And I thought that was cool that Batman decided to play off that he was portraying the Justice League, because I thought he was going to portray the Justice League, and that was going to piss me off. And I should have known that the writer was going to trick me. So yeah, it was a good plot twist for me. I actually enjoyed that, and I did like, how Batman was able to trick the villain into thinking for that, and then they end up defeating the Justice League, and by accident they got erased from the timeline. The future Justice League got erased in that timeline, and that world no longer exists. And the Justice League decided to give the World Forger a second chance and bring him to their Earth. And he joins the Justice League. And I think that was pretty interesting, because he did want to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
But he wanted to get rid of... he wanted to reboot the whole world, and I don't think the Justice League was cool with that. So...
Probably not.
So yeah, that part was cool. I liked that part. It's just when it gets to the second story, because it was a 40-page story, and the second part was just talking about when the Justice League returned to Earth, they found out that they been gone for weeks. They thought they would appear in the next, like, they thought it was going to be the same time point from when they left. But they found out it's been weeks since it's been gone. And they found out that the things Mira and Starman was fighting Mixaplex, and Lex Luthor his Legion of Doom end up helping Mira and Starman defeat Mixaplex with Batmite, and then they find out that in the next couple of weeks, Lex Luthor ends up killing himself to become this evil Lex Luthor. That story is just stupid. But anyway, his plan is that he ends up selling his own company to the world. Like, anybody could buy his company, and then he also put that he's gonna release. He decided to release this this secret. Whoever owns his company will find out the secret to become villains of this world, because apparently the only way to save the world is to become villains. And it's like, oh god. So the Justice League has to try to stop this thing from happening. Like, he's gonna spread out to the world on how to be a villain, and it doesn't seem like an interesting story to me. It's just, I don't like this year the villain storyline, because it's just, the whole entire Legion of Doom is a whole bunch of one-dimensional characters. They're making them, and I don't like to see an evil Lex like that. I mean, because I know in the New 52 he ends up turning to a good guy, and he becomes like a Superman character. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that, but he was a good guy for a while, and then Scott Snyder comes in and turns him into a bad guy again, and it just didn't like that. To me, it felt out of character for the New 52 Lex Luthor. I can understand they doing the old one, like the pre-52, but the new universe, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just throws me off, and that's why I decided to give it 7.5, because I enjoy the first story, but I didn't enjoy the second one.
Fair enough.
So the next one is Shazam number 6, and that one was, I gave it 8.0. I actually enjoyed that one.
Okay.
Yeah, because what is it? Billy and Mary Marvel, they end up Shazam, they end up escaping the Wonderlands place. I mean, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, they end up escaping the place, and then they notice that because the thing is, Billy Batson's father ends up coming to the house, and he's looking for Billy, but the parents don't know where Billy and the rest of the kids are, because they found this world with a whole bunch of weird things there, because it's like, there's one place with anthropomorphic animals, there's one place like a video game world, there's one place where there's just a whole bunch of kids that gets to be kids for all their lives and leave their parents to be. It's like a theme park, like with rides and stuff like that. And there's a king kid, and he wants to be a kid forever because he hate his parents always told him what to do, and he had fucked up parents, so he decides to leave and ends up going to this world. And the thing is, what's fucked up is that when the kids grow up, he makes them as slaves. So So, um, what is it? Shazam and Mary Marvel, they end up escaping out of nowhere because they were fighting off the King Kid, and all of a sudden they disappeared to back home, and they find out that, I mean, Billy finds out his dad is there, and he talks to his dad, and his dad talks about that he couldn't take that he the reason why he got adopted because he was in prison, and the mother was taking care of him by himself, so you end up putting him for adoption. I think that's what happened because they don't tell you the mother's story, but they tell you the father's story, that because they end up making a child, and first their parents never accepted them being together, so they had to support the kid by themselves. They had no way to support it, and the only way he was supporting Billy was when he was a baby. Was he went to go steal stuff, steal stuff for money to support him, and one day he ends up stealing something and gets caught by the cops and gets to put in prison. So the father's in prison while the mother is being a single parent taking care of Billy. And I think that made her decide, I can't take care of this kid. I'm gonna put him for adoption.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a pretty emotional story to see that. And was it Billy's father wants a chance to look for the mother because now he got out of prison. He did his redemption, like he did good in prison, and now they let him out, and now he wants to take care of Billy again. He wants a second chance of taking care of Billy and find the mother because the mother is somewhere else. So Billy hasn't decided if he wants to be with his dad and mother again, or he wants to be with his foster parents and the children.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hasn't decided yet. And they were just to explain that story, and Mary Marvel decided to tell her foster parents. The foster parents were wondering where's the other kids, because they got stuck in the world. They didn't escape yet, like Billy and Mary, and so yeah, they didn't end up escaping, and then Mary decides to tell the parents that they're superheroes and the rest of the kids are stuck in their world, and we have to try to save them because they're stuck there. And we also get to see some action scenes with Black Adam fighting Dr. Savannah, but they didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but that fight didn't finish, so I have to wait to see what happens in the next issue for that one. Because Black Adam wants to take away the powers of Shazam from everybody. I don't know what's the reason for that, but I guess I'll find out. But it was fun. I gave this one an 8.0. I actually enjoyed the story with Shazam and his father.
Nice.
So it was pretty fun to see that. It was different from the movie, because I noticed in the movie the parents were fucked up.
Yeah.
I know it's like the mother didn't want to take care of him at all. So
yeah,
that was a pretty dark story. But here, this one was a different story.
Yeah.
And it seemed like his parents are more caring. It's just that they end up doing bad things because taking care of a kid is pretty hard.
Yeah.
The next one's I'm gonna go to the next book, is Incredible Hulk: The Last Call #1, which was a one shot.
Yep.
And the one shot, it was a weird one shot. I don't know why they made this into a one shot, because they have a they have the Immortal Hulk series. But there's one show is from Peter David, and I like that one because I like this more than the other Hulk series. I don't like Immortal Hulk. Um, this one is, I don't know if it takes place in the past, but it looks like it does. Bruce Banner ends up calling the suicide hotline, and he asks a girl who works there what he should do because he wants to kill himself. And the thing is, he's been trying to kill himself many ways, and he doesn't die. He stays alive, and he has one final stretch. Like he asks Deadpool to kill him, but Deadpool doesn't end up killing him though in the end of the book. But Bruce Banner decides to talk to the girl, the suicide hotline, and he sees himself as a monster, and he doesn't think he should be here, and he said that he caused so many bad things to happen, and he's just tired of it. So he talks about Betty Ross, he also talks about Betty Ross and how much he loves her, and he feels like he ruined her life because she ends up turning into some harp. It talks about in the past that she turns into this harpy, like some green green bird monster thing. And yeah, I've read that it actually happened in the old comic books, that she turns into like a bird, green Hulk thing, and she ends up fighting the Hulk. So yeah, that happens in the book. Like, he discusses the past, and he talks about that, and he talks about how he ruined her life, and he did fight her off and saved her, but he feels bad because he feels like he wasn't supposed to be, like, she wasn't supposed to be with him, and he felt like he ruined her life from because the thing is, her father, Thunderbolt Ross, wanted her to fall in love with somebody else named Tabit, and she fell in love with Bruce Banner, and their life was very different. She had to like live with the life of a superhero, I mean Hulk, and that comes with danger, and he was afraid that he actually ruined her life, and they're not together anymore, and it's just he wants to kill himself because he's a danger to himself, and he doesn't want to be the Hulk anymore. So it was pretty interesting because the girl was trying to convince him to not kill himself, and they said that she said a lot of people looked up to him, and he's a great hero. He does a lot for people, and towards the end of the story, Jekyll and I think is Hyde. Hyde. There's a villain called Jekyll and Hyde. So he like yeah, based on that Jekyll and Hyde character. So yeah, he ends up going after the girl because he went out on a date with that girl that works in the suicide hotline, and she rejected him, and he was pissed off about that in the beginning of the story, and then so yeah, he ends up going over there to attack the girl, and Hulk ends up saving him, and decides not saving him, saving her, and decides not to kill himself, and realizes that he actually is a hero, and he can actually do better for himself. Sorry about that. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting story. I like to see them. I'm not sure this was a suicide prevention one-shot issue, but it was pretty interesting. I liked it. I mean, I liked I like seeing the hero side of Hulk, and I do like. It was very well written, and
Yeah.
the art was pretty good as well. I really liked it, and I enjoyed this more than the
It's quite good.
Immortal Hulk. I wish Peter David was writing the main Hulk series, because in the Immortal Hulk series, the Hulk is like a villain in there. He's just doing things he's not supposed to be doing, and
Okay.
I just don't like that. I just don't like that book. And here he's actually written as like a hero, and I do like the one flaw that Bruce Banner always has, that he always feel like he sees himself as a monster, but he really isn't, and he tries to do better, and that's what he actually did, and I actually enjoyed it. So I gave this one an 8.0.
I like it.
The next one is Marvel Team Up number 3, and this one is with it deals with Miss Marvel and Spider-Man, because it's a Miss Marvel Team Up book.
Yeah.
So each I guess at each 3 issues she teams up with another hero. So
Pretty cool.
she's been teaming up with Spider-Man in this issue, and she then in the previous 2 issues they end up switching bodies because the Jackal switched their bodies. So Miss Marvel is in Spider-Man's body, and Spider-Man is in Miss Marvel's body. So they end up talking. They end up finding a doctor that can help them, because the Jackal kidnaps a doctor that made this experiment. People can clone themselves and give information to the clone, so they could keep on living. So Jackal wanted to use that, and the experiment was not fully made right, because instead of doing that, it switched bodies. So
Yeah.
so yeah, they find they to rescue the doctor from the Jackal, and then the doctor ends up switching the bodies back of Miss Marvel and Spider-Man, and they end up going on with their adventures. That was so. It was a pretty interesting book. I mean, I enjoyed it. I gave it an 8.0, and it was nice to see the story, because the story was going on for 3 ish. The storyline was 3 issues, and to see the conclusion was pretty nice, because I liked the interactions with how Spider-Man was living Miss Marvel's life, and Miss Marvel was living Spider-Man's life, and it was pretty interesting to see that, and I actually enjoyed that, because they had a switch when they switched bodies. They had a Miss Marvel had to go to school, and Peter Parker had to go for a job interview, and that was pretty interesting to see that go on. So they were living each other's lives and see how it is. So it was I liked that part. It was pretty fun to see that. And then, yeah, it was pretty fun to see that. And they fought off the Jackal. That was pretty fun. And the only part I did not like was that by the end of the book, when they switched the bodies back, they don't remember any of those things that happened.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was kind of disappointed that all of that stuff that happened, they don't remember happened.
Yeah.
So, and it was disappointing that Miss Marvel finds out that Spider-Man is Peter Parker during the storyline, and now she doesn't know who he is again.
Yeah, she conveniently forgets.
And I'm like, okay, you guys are just... I just get annoyed that no one knows who Spider-Man is again. It's just so freaking annoying. I don't know if you heard about the One More Day thing, that deal that he did with Mephisto.
No, I haven't heard that.
That Peter Parker and Mary Jane are no longer married, and they got back together eventually. It took them a while, but they were broken up, and no one knows who Peter Parker is. Means that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. It's been like that for freaking years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
I don't like that not everyone forgot who Spider-Man is. It's really annoying, and they did that once again here. It's just really annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that one was pretty fun actually, and the art was pretty well done too for that one. The next one is Old Man Quill #6, and this one deals with in the Old Man Logan universe, and Old Man Quill #6 is in the Old Man Logan universe, and it in the story he fights some character called Polestar, and he's from Shire. He's from the Gladiator team, and Gladiator's going after them, which they haven't explained why they're going after them, but I think because they work. I think Gladiator works for the church, some church armada organization that kills Peter Quill's family in the beginning. In the first issue, then his family ends up getting killed. Well, his whole entire planet gets killed. So Peter Quill teams up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they end up landing on Earth to find the Church Armada, to look for the people that killed his family. And Gladiator is after them for some reason they haven't explained yet. I think he's working for them. I'm not sure, but he sends up a character named Polestar, and Polestar fights the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they end up defeating him. After they defeat him, I find out in the end of the book that the queen from the Church Armada works for Galactus, and now I know why the whole planet was extinct, because I think Galactus killed everyone in there. So yeah, because the thing is, they didn't show that in the first issue, and now's when I find out that's how it all happened. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I gave this one I gave it a 7.5. I enjoyed this one. I just didn't. This one thing that just kind of annoyed me, that I didn't like that Mantis was using telekinesis in there. She doesn't have telekinesis. Yeah. I just don't understand. They don't.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, because she doesn't have empathy powers. And that's not the same as telekinesis or telepathy. And it's just like, oh, they were just using it just to get out of the way from the story, to defeat the character that they were struggling with. I don't know what it was, but that was annoying. But I enjoyed it for what it was. But that's about it.
They're doing stuff in the Old Man Logan universe.
Yeah, they are expanding it, because they had an All Man Hawkeye series for 12 issues, and that was pretty fun. You should check that one out. That one was pretty fun. So they've been expanding this universe. I don't know. I hope they do more with it in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause,
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, the movie was based off of it, the Logan movie.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Obviously, yeah. I really like that movie as well, actually.
Yeah, to me, it's the best Fox X-Men movie.
Oh yeah, by a mile.
That and Deadpool are the best one. All right, I'll talk about Savage Avengers #2, which I found was pretty much okay. I gave it a 7.5. I didn't like it too much. I mean, Wolverine and Dr. Voodoo was still fighting the the villain that they were fighting in the previous issue, because there's a villain that had killed Wolverine's close friend, and Wolverine went to go after him, and he bumped into Dr. Voodoo. Dr. Voodoo was also involved, like he knew the person as well, so he went to go find out who's been killing people, and he's like, I don't know, stealing their souls or something like that. His name was Kulan Gaff. That's what it was. It's like a guy who steals he steals souls, I think.
Okay.
No, he steals yeah, he was stealing dead bodies, and I think he's gonna use it for something. So yeah, there's one part I did not like was that Wolverine, because the thing is, Dr. Voodoo was dying, and Wolverine decided to give his blood to to Dr. Voodoo to heal him back and make him come back to life. And,
what?
Yeah,
Do that?
no, he can't do that. That's not how his powers work. He doesn't have healing powers like he could give it to someone else. He could, like, if he was able to give his blood to somebody else, that person will all of a sudden have a healing factor blood. That's not how it works. No.
I think it did. Wolverine could just donate blood.
Right? If that was the case, he would have been donating blood a long time ago. So yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, that part, but everything else is cool. I mean, the fighting scenes were cool with Wolverine, and it was mostly an action issue, and the art wasn't. It was bad. I actually liked it. It was pretty impressive.
Okay.
But I just didn't like that whole Wolverine healing Dr. Voodoo back to life. With his blood. Yeah, he put his blood inside his heart, and it just like, because his heart was like not beating anymore, so Wolverine decided to put his blood on his heart, and for some reason his heart started beeping again, and I was like, oh god.
That's a little bit odd.
And the ending scene did grab me and like wanted me to keep on reading to get the next issue, because
Okay.
the thing is, this villain end up stealing Punisher's family members, like their dead bodies, like his wife and two kids. Yeah, their bodies were stolen from the grave.
Oh, that's not very cool.
Yeah, so
Alright.
so yeah.
Too happy about that, knowing Punisher.
Yeah, he was definitely not too happy about that. So he's been going after them. He was fighting the Hand in the end, because this villain decided to hire the Hand to help him get these dead bodies that he can take.
Okay.
Yeah, it was two villains actually. The Sickle Priest and the Colin Gaff are working together, and we find out that the Colin Gaff was because he find out the origins of the Sickle Priest, and Colin Gaff created him by making him into a villain. Like the Sickle Priest goes to the Savage Land, ends up bumping into that guy Colin Gaff, and the Colin Gaff turns into a sick, crazy, capturing souls kind of person. But yeah.
Right.
So it was pretty interesting to see the origin story of that villain, and it was pretty good. I mean, I that was okay, but I still enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
The next issue is Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 9.
Nice.
This one was alright as well.
Okay.
This one I gave it a 7.5 as well. Spider-Gwen, there was criminals attacking her concert, because Spider-Gwen had a concert with Mary Jane, and there was criminals there that blew up the concert. So lucky enough, I don't know how, but Gwen was able to she was able to protect her friends with her web thing. Like, I mean, like she puts the spider webs on the wall on the entrance where the band is playing. Yeah, and somehow that protect the explosion from them. It's just like, I don't think webbing is that protective, but okay. Yeah, so the audience were dead, of course, but she was able to save her band members. So
Yeah.
so Mary Jane and the other all the band members that she has are alive. So Gwen was able to save them, and Gwen decides to do some investigations about who could have done this. Like, she goes looking at computer, like the police files, and look for any police records and see if it has any leads to the concert bombing. And she was able to find the base of where the killer can be, the person who planned it, and she ended up finding out it was Man-Wolf. It's like it's J. Jonah James' son, but it's not from 616 universe. It's actually from Spider-Gwen's universe. So
Okay.
yeah, so he's a villain in this universe, and they were fighting each other, and she was able to take him down, and she went to go visit Harry Osborn at the end, because he was in the audience, but somehow he survived, but there's other people that didn't survive. It's like, oh great, make the important characters survive, but not the civilians.
Well, they get plot armor, man.
Yeah, plot armor. That's why I thought it was okay, because it did give there's some plot armor involved in this book, and I don't like plot armor. It's just a little bit of annoying, but it was still fun to enjoy. I mean, I did like the fighting scene with Spider-Gwen and Man-Wolf. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
So yeah, that was enjoyable, but other than that, it was okay. And that ended there, which is just with her band members. They were all visiting. Yeah, because I think she let the cops catch her Man-Wolf. Yeah, because she called the cops. She called her father. And then she went to go to the hospital to see Harry Osborn with her friends. And that was it. So I don't know what the next issue is going to be about. So I guess I'll just have to wait and see. Because it doesn't give you a cliffhanger or anything.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know most issues end with a cliffhanger, and this one just... It ends in the hospital, that's it. And they already captured the villain. So I guess, like, okay, so what's the next story going to be about? I don't know. So the next issue is Dreamy number 10, which is a Vertigo book, and it's from the Sandman universe. I gave this one a 7.5 as well. And the reason why I gave it 7.5 is, well, the story was above average. It was not that great. It was okay. What is it? I always forget the characters in this freaking book. Well, oh god, totally forgot the character's name. This is terrible. I'll just look it up. I just know the main character of the story. She's looking for the dreamer, the guy who's in charge of the dreaming world that they're from. She's looking for him because they need his help because the world is in chaoticness, and they need him to balance the world because they know that he left, but now they're trying to look for him. And what is it? She goes to look for him, and she goes to the place and meets Bland the Rhymer. And that character was pretty funny because he was trying to rhyme his sentences, and he hated it. He hated that everything that comes out of his mouth is a rhyme, and he would start cursing.
That would get annoying though.
Yeah, because like everything, like he has to speak in rhymes, and he hates it with such passion.
I don't blame him.
Oh my god, it's pretty. That was cracking me up a lot the whole time, and it's just funny how the character is reacting to the way he behaves himself. So it's like, and the thing is, the girl is telling him, the main character of the book is telling him, if you hate it so much, why you still speak this way? And he's like, I can't stop it. I have to speak this way.
He is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yo.
And it was like this guy named the Master Neilard. He was also there, and he had like very bad breath, and he would puke on the main character. It was pretty funny. Because she's like, oh, you got bad breath, and he started puking, and I was like, gross, god damn it. Oh man, and there's also the artificial intelligence that's taking control of the dreaming world for a temporary time until they find the guy who was formerly in charge. They're trying to find. While they're trying to find him, they have this character called artificial intelligence, and she's speaking with Abel, and they're talking to each other, and she's talking about how she doesn't get this world because she knows in this dreaming world things don't make sense here, and he was explaining to her that's how dreams actually work. They don't make much sense at all. They're just things in your brain that's from the unconscious mind, and just yeah. So yeah, I mean, people should know what basically a dream is at this point. It's not supposed to make any sense. But yeah, so he was trying to explain that to her because she wasn't getting why it doesn't make any sense. So he was able to explain it to her.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's in a dreaming world, and she sees people going through stuff, but they're dreaming, and she's trying to find out the meaning of the dreams, but she finds out she can't because none of the dreams actually make sense. So yeah, it was pretty interesting to see that happening. So it was still enjoyable, but not that much enjoyable because not much happened. I mean, the last issue they were still looking for the character, but they was looking for the Dream of Endless. I see the name here, but yeah, looking for the Dream of Endless in the last issue, but they're looking for him somewhere else, and they found out he was not there, so you're looking at another location. She doesn't find him there either. So it's like another filler to me, and it's just that's what kind of disappoints me. I don't know when she's gonna find the dream. Dream. So I hope she finds him eventually. Oh, it's Dora is her name. Dora. I have to try to remember these characters' names. I read so many books and end up forgetting the characters' names. So it's okay. The next one is Young Justice number 6. And I gave this one a 7.0. It was okay. It's just that the story for this one is that you see all the Young Justice members have met each other, and they're talking to how they start remembering things, and we found that we do find out the story of Superboy, Connor Kent. He said that he just appeared out of nowhere, like he just ended up, like he just appeared, and he was with the Star Labs, like he was he was in the Star Labs, and then the next minute he was in the he ends up in the gem world after he escapes from Star Labs.
Right.
So he has no idea where he comes from. He just know he appeared in the Star Labs. He has no idea where he comes from.
Okay.
So I think he's basically because I remember in the pre-52 he's a clone was Lex Luthor and Superman. So I don't know if the new 52 is the same thing, but I'm thinking it is. And he ends up going to the gem world and he sees this girl getting beat up by some knights, and Superboy ends up saving her and decides to pretend to be her husband.
Oh.
Yeah, because I guess he was just using it as to intimidate them, because the thing is the girl was pregnant. The girl was getting beat up. The woman was getting beat up by the knights, like some knights that were roughing up on her, and Superboy ends up protecting her. And they was asking, oh, how could you be have a child and have no mate with you? And there's like, but then Superboy's, I'm her husband, so. So he decided to protect her and to pretend to be her husband and live with her for quite a while. So yeah, he was raising a child and that was it. So
it's pretty different.
Yeah, it was pretty different. I thought the kid was actually his. I was getting disappointed from the previous issues because I was hoping for them to be with Wonder Girl, because Cassie, and because in the pre-52 they were together in a relationship, and I did like that. And I was hoping in New 52 they were actually transferred over. And I saw him with a different girl and a child, and I was like, oh man. But then I found out that he was only pretending to be her husband, so I found that pretty interesting that that was not really his kid. I thought that was gonna be his kid. And he did not love the woman. He was just protecting her for the time being.
Yeah.
But it's just weird is that what is it? He decides to leave the gem's place, and it's just like, okay, she doesn't need your protection anymore. Does she only need it temporarily? But they don't explain that, so it's like, okay, whatever. It was only a little story that served its purpose, I guess. Yeah. And there's a new character called a Teen Lantern. She's a teenager with Green Lantern powers, and she tells her origin story in this book, and she said that she had found a ring she found it in her mom's place in Bolivia, and she hacked it.
What?
Yeah, she hacked the ring and was able to use it, because the Green Lantern ring only works on willpower, and she was able to hack it to work it for her.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I didn't even think you could do that.
Right? I guess apparently she's supposed to be super smart to hack a Green Lantern ring, but she figured it out. They don't explain how she figured it out, but she did.
She just did it.
Yeah. So.
I mean, fair enough.
I find out she's also Bolivian, which is pretty interesting. I thought she was black, because she does have dark skin, but I mean I mean she probably does have black skin, and her genetic code anyway, but yeah, it's just she's from Bolivia. I thought she was just African American, but apparently she's not. Yeah, so she's a dark-skinned Latina character, so that's pretty interesting. I do like that. And they was fighting the villain in this book called the Dark Opal, and they was able to defeat him, and it's just I didn't like how they defeated him. It was kind of piss poor.
Yeah.
The action was like a one done thing, and it's just
Okay.
like yeah, that what is it? They just they just yeah, the Green Lantern like holds him with her ring. Like she puts a trap that circles around him, and everybody just punches him. Like they ganged up on him, and he was knocked out. And it just felt cheap to me.
Yeah.
And another thing is that they all decide to leave the gem world and become superheroes and work as a team. So that was it, and it just I don't know. The story felt very anticlimactic. I didn't like that. It just the action was way too simple for a character to just go through. I didn't like the way the action ended so quickly. It was like a one and done villain, and it's just
Okay.
it was not entertaining for me. So I did like Superboy's story to how he got here, and I did like the Teen Lantern story, how she became a hero. So it was pretty interesting to get to know about some of the characters' backgrounds. So and I did figure out that Connor Kent end up how they all end up getting their memories back from the pre-52 universe.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting how they got their memories in the pre-52 universe. They said they just had appeared out of nowhere, and they just know each other. And I think they thinking that someone had erased their memories, so they want to figure out who erased their memories. And I think it is Dr. Manhattan from the Doomsday Clock because
Okay. Yeah.
it happened to the Titans too that their memories were erased, and they couldn't remember each other. Like Nightwing didn't know Arsenal or Aqualad and Donna Troy. They all didn't remember each other, and then all of a sudden they started remembering each other. And it was like some villainy in the Twister was the one that made them forget who they were. And this time they actually forgot each other's memories as well. So it's pretty interesting how their characters are getting memories from the previous universe. And I think it's because of Dr. Manhattan is messing with the universe. Because they did reveal that in Doomsday Clock, so I'm not sure if it's connected. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's basically all the books that I had to review.
Okay.
So.
Interesting. There's some good ones there. There's some average ones.
Yeah. I read a few bad books, but I don't review them because I don't feel comfortable reviewing bad books.
That's fair. That's fair.
It gets me real toxic, and I don't like negativity.
Keep it positive. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Alright, lovely. Well, I didn't get to do a whole lot of reading this week, but I did watch a few movies as well, so
Oh.
might as well talk about those. But I'll start off with the one book I actually did read was Volume 1 of Aquaman, New 52.
Oh. That's actually
Jeff
pretty
Johns'
good.
run.
Yeah, Jeff Johns' run was really good. That was great.
It's quite good. This is like all about the trench.
Yeah.
And the end of it is he finds out that Atlantis was sunk, and he's got to figure out who did that. It's pretty good. I think they deal with the trench pretty quickly, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's sort of... They build it up for a good part of the book, and then all of a sudden it's just... He solves it in the space of about half a page. So it's a little bit rushed, but I think it's pretty good so far. I'll keep reading it, for sure.
Well, there's more stories about the trench later on, so you're not going to be totally out of
I take back everything I said.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a little bit done.
Because I know
It's not.
there's also there's also I know that DC's to make a spin-off movie of the Trench.
They are, yeah. Well, is it a
Yeah.
movie or a show?
No, they make a movie, a DC.
Okay.
Yeah, because they said that I remember I just googled it. They said DC is developing an Aquaman spin-off called The Trench.
Yeah. Okay. That's
So yeah,
interesting, I suppose.
yeah. So you're gonna find out more about it.
Yeah. I won't hold my breath for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of new mythologies that Jeff Johns explored with Aquaman, and
Yeah.
I always liked that. It was always pretty interesting. And I like I don't know if you met the other characters called the Others. It's like a team of heroes.
I haven't met them yet. No.
Oh. Well, when you eventually read that, those characters are pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, because like Aquaman has like his own Justice League, and it's just
Okay. That's cool.
pretty
I think that's
cool.
in the next book, actually.
Yeah, they have their own. They get their own spin-off. Like they have actually their own series, but only lasted 10 issues, and I did enjoy that one. But for some reason, it didn't gain enough sales because they weren't popular enough. It's just like
Yeah.
disappointing. But yeah, I actually like his run a lot, and
It's good. It's off to a good start. There's a
Yeah.
lot of sort of meta jokes in here.
yeah,
Looking through it. It's pretty good. I like it.
yeah. They was talking about him talking to fish, which they did talk
There's a
about
lot
that.
of
I remember.
A lot of that.
I don't know if you saw the Aquaman movie. Did
Yeah.
you? And you noticed that they borrowed some stuff from the New 52 Aquaman?
They do.
Yeah. See,
A
yeah.
lot of this book is pretty much just the second act of that movie, actually.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But I'm not going to complain. It's a good book.
Yeah, it is a good book. It's great. I enjoy that one.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Oh yeah, they've even got the same scene from the movie in here where he's like the kid at the aquarium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I read that book.
It's a good book. I'm a big fan. So I'll just give it a straight up 8.5. There you go. I'm not very good with
You don't have to give a score.
good review.
You could just say you enjoyed it.
I'm just gonna give it a score anyway. Just for
Okay.
everyone to keep in mind, my score is arbitrary. My actual opinion is just listen to what I said. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I think. The opinion should be what you said, not what number score it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good. Other than that, I didn't do a whole lot of reading. I continued that massive Superman book I've got.
Oh, and how was that?
I haven't finished it yet. It's interesting so far. Nothing extremely great, but I think I'm still going through like all the Silver Age Superman stories they've got in there, and yeah, they are a bit dated, but it's sort of cool to see where Superman started and everything like that.
Okay.
So I'd say it's worth a read, or worth a flick through at least. It's just nothing to rave on about, I suppose.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I did go and see X-Men: Dark Phoenix.
Oh God, I did not see that movie because I hate the X-Men movies. How was it? You can say it.
Pretty rough. It was pretty rough. It was their second attempt at doing the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they did not pull it off this time either.
Oh God.
It's
How you mess up twice? Oh
I
God.
don't know. It's probably not quite as bad as some people are saying, but it's just very nothing.
Oh God.
No, it's just boring. It's yeah.
When I saw I don't know, when I saw the trailer of Dark Phoenix and I saw what they basically did, I'm like, what the fuck? Is this just a remake of X-Men The Last Stand? If that's what you guys did, you know that messed up the first time? What makes you think it's going to be great the second time around?
Yeah, and it's because it's a good book.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they can't do it right. They messed it up twice. And it's like they went with the same plan as they did with the first one.
Yeah.
Cause there's
It was rushed. You could tell, like they killed Jennifer Lawrence off early because she just did not want to be there. She dies very early on.
Oh God. I thought she had a contract deal. The only way she would be in another X-Men movie is if what is it, Michael Fassbender and the actor who plays Professor X. Oh my God.
James McAvoy.
Yeah, are there. Like she wouldn't do another X-Men movie unless they're there.
Okay.
So they actually decided just to.
Well, they are both there.
There. Yeah, so I think that's why she agreed to it, I think. So I remember there was an article about that a long time ago.
Okay. I suppose that's fair. Those dudes are pretty great.
Yeah.
Just, they're not given a lot to do in these movies.
I just was kind of disappointed. I'm not sure if that was in the movie. I mean, when I saw the trailer, I noticed that there was no Shire connection to Phoenix, and it's just once again she was born with the powers, and it's just no, it's a freaking goddamn entity. Stop doing it this way.
Yeah, it's rough. It's not.
So they basically remade X-Men Last Stand.
Taste in your mouth, giving it's the last X-Men movie. It's a little bit disappointing to finish on.
And they said that they didn't have a conclusion at the end. It was like a lead-in to another movie. I'm not sure that was true. I just reading what people say about it.
I don't think there's. It's definitely not a conclusion. It doesn't feel like it's the end.
Oh, wow.
I don't think they necessarily tease it. I don't remember anyway.
Oh.
I'm trying to forget a lot of that movie. It's just no good. There's like maybe 3 cool moments in the whole film, and the rest of it's just so boring.
And this is the reason why they changed the movie, because they want it to be too similar to Captain Marvel or Infinity War.
Yeah, I don't think it
God.
any of that.
I know, they could have just left it with the Shire thing. The Shire thing would be way too similar to Captain Marvel and Infinity War, so they took it out. Oh, like, that's nice. That's why the movie failed.
That's stupid. I don't think they would have been too similar. And, like, those movies did very well. And considering X-Men's ending anyway, wouldn't you think they'd just try and coast off that?
And it's because there was another, because in Infinity War they had the Thanos fighting in the moon, and I mean on Titan. I was on Titan, and he was fighting Spider-Man, Star-Lord, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the X-Men, I mean the Fox were saying that they had a scene. They have written a scene where the X-Men characters fight on the moon of Shi'ar, and it said that would be way too similar to that scene in Infinity War, so they took all that out. And I'm like, no, we're not.
Go back in. That's what I wanted to see. I don't want to see some boring ass thing on a fucking train.
Oh God, that's what it was.
The whole last fight is just on a fucking train.
Yeah, because they was thinking of fighting in the moon of Shi'ar. And that would have been much better, you freaking idiots. No, they're copying Infinity War.
No one likes moons. You know what everyone likes? Trains.
Well, everybody likes that scene from a Spider-Man movie in the train. Where he saves the people from the train.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No good. Bad way to end the X-Men franchise.
Oh, wow.
But it probably should have ended with Logan, to be honest. That would have been such a good ending. That was all.
Well, it is in the future, so I guess it is technically the ending.
That's true. I'm gonna say that's the ending. This was just the characters deserve better. Let's hope Marvel can do something with it.
Yeah, I've always felt like the X-Men characters deserve better, and Fox is always fucking them up. It's just the only movies I can like was Logan, Deadpool 1 and 2. Everything else I hate.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
First Class and Days of Future Past were decent, but that's it.
I like First Class. I think I actually don't half mind the Wolverine movie that's like in Japan.
I don't know. I didn't like that one.
Oh, okay.
And like Silver Samurai being a cyborg kind of thing. It's just like
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. The first two acts of it were pretty. I liked though.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Bit rough.
yeah.
And other than that though, I also saw. It's not a comic book, but I saw the new movie Brightburn.
Oh yeah,
Supposed to be like evil Superman.
yeah. Everybody keeps talking about that movie and have not seen it yet.
Yeah, I went in with very low expectations.
Really? Because it was said there was
I just
Go ahead.
thought it wasn't going to be good.
Oh
I mean, James Gunn was producing, so that was a good sign. But
yeah, and his brother. It was his brother and his cousin that's making the movie.
Yeah, I was just like, there is a chance this is going to be awful, and the premise was a little bit I wasn't always on board with, so I was in the back of my mind I was like, I'll just prepare in case this is awful.
All right, so
And it's actually quite good.
okay, I'll check it out.
I like it a lot. It's very dark.
I can tell.
And it starts off pretty rocky, but once it starts to pick up, it's entertaining. It's not a great movie, but it's very entertaining. It's a nice change up, I think.
Is it about like an evil Superman?
It is. It is exactly evil Superman.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
I
Evil
think
Superman, but he also got bullied a bit.
so.
That's pretty much it.
So you got Injustice Superman, or it's different?
He's worse than that. He's worse than that.
Oh, really? Because Injustice Superman is pretty dark. I mean,
Oh, yeah. I know. I remember worse because this dude is dark while he's still a kid.
oh yeah, so that probably
He's
is.
like a 12-year-old kid doing this shit. It's pretty full on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, actually, yeah, no. The ending confirms he's worse than the Injustice Superman.
Okay. Because you know Injustice Superman killed Billy Batson.
Yeah, nah, that's nothing compared to Brightburn Superman.
Okay.
It's full on, but it's fun to watch. I'd say if you just, I don't know, if you're just looking to have a good fun time, switch off a little bit, enjoy a movie, it's perfect.
Oh, I don't know if I should talk about this. I played Spider-Man this morning because I actually bought it. I finally got it because
I like it.
because the book has been so good and it just got me into just buying it. And I played.
Thinking of the game so far.
I played 10 minutes. I'm not sure how long I played, but I know it was a short time because I still have my comic books to read and I wanted to read them. And I fought Kingpin, the first boss, and it was a pretty entertaining game so far. I did like the fighting mechanics, and what I found really great about the game is that you get to be a scientist, and the puzzles are doing figuring out the experiments. It's like pretty interesting. Like in the story, he goes to meet up with Dr. Octopus, and he noticed that the higher ups came in and they just went to go like check over, see if their experiments were going good, like their tech experiments, and the tech experiments failed. And she was talking about how how Peter Parker is worthless. Like why you hired him, Dr. Octavius does nothing right. And Octavius said that he sees something in him that you guys haven't. So hopefully you guys will see it eventually. So they walk off, and Peter Parker said that the machines are supposed to work. There's no reason why it should fail. And he goes to look at what went wrong, and you had to do puzzles to find out what circuits were broken, and you had to fix the circuits. So you had to. It was like a puzzle where you fix the circuit breakers, and you had to make the direction all the circuits connect. And it was pretty interesting to play with that. I like that. It was something different.
Okay.
Because the actions were pretty familiar. I mean, it's the same fighting system as Arkham, so that was the same. Which I love that fighting system, so I don't mind Spider-Man having that. So
yeah,
it
makes sense for him to have it as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's very similar to it, and I like that.
Okay.
So, it was fun.
I tried a PS4 so I could play
it. And the only thing I did not like is the quick time events.
Okay.
Cause,
you're not a fan?
Yeah, because I'm watching the cutscene, and then all of a sudden you have to press the button, and I'm like, yeah. I was not expecting a quick time. Can you just not do that to me? I thought I was going to watch the cutscene to enjoy it, not to start pressing buttons.
That's true. And graphics have got so good you can't tell between cutscenes and quick time.
Yeah, so he's like, you're unexpecting to be touching buttons. And one time I failed and just had to do it all over.
Ooh.
And the game's a pretty challenging game. It's like pretty difficult.
Yeah.
And I died a couple of times because I died fighting Kingpin. He was pretty hard.
Yeah.
He kept charging in and knocking me the hell out. Yeah, because I had to web him and then hit him. And there'll be times where he'll break the webs and starts charging at me, and I'm like, God damn it. I'm not that fast. And I did beat him eventually. But then they had like a second match. It's like, you have to do the same thing, but with guards around with guns. And it's just like, great. I eventually beat that, so.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. And what I like is also that Peter Parker works for the cops, too. Like, they have Yuri Wannabe. She pays him to do some work for, like, fighting the superpower villains. Like, since the cops can't handle that, she'll send him to do the work for her. So you see Peter Parker having two jobs and trying to maintain a living, but he's struggling still. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because he's just a lab assistant for Dr. Octopus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he doesn't get paid that much, so he has to have another job to help him keep him stable. So I like it. It's pretty fun. I just want to continue playing it. I'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I really want to play it. It looks quite good.
Yeah.
Great things from everyone, so.
Yeah, now you heard good things from me.
That's right. The most trusted opinion. We've never disagreed on anything in a whole 2 episodes.
Yes, I guess that's pretty much it.
We did it.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you guys hope you guys enjoy the episode and look forward to the next one. So we're signing off and have a good day, I guess.
Have a fantastic day. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Tune in next week. See y'all later.
Yeah. See you later.